see this storm come rolling in.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
You don't know me
Testing
like
1,
you
2,
say
3.
you do. Will I run and find myself?
Testing.
Or will I bite the dust
Testing.
and stay with you? You can help me breathe, but only if I let you. I wanna let you in, but easily forget you. Try to settle down and try to worry less. 'Cause when we face the eye, I hold you in my chest. All my life, I've been so cold. I break the hourglass and watch time unfold. And I try to make it back in this raging sea. 'Cause I'm way too deep. 'Cause I'm way too deep. Lost my friend so close to me. Find myself.
Testing.
Happiness and faith. What the hell is that supposed to mean to me? And everything is gray. Nothing is in color. Believe me when I say I'm not like any other. Try to settle down and try to get some rest. You lay with open eyes, head against my chest. All my life, I've been so cold. I break the hourglass and watch time unfold. And I try to make it back in this raging sea. 'Cause I'm way too deep. I can't be alone here. I can't be the only one who feels like I'm going nowhere. Just wishing somehow this dream will carry me. And I'll swear just one last time. They say the world is yours, so I'ma make it mine. 'Cause nothing is stopping you. You could set the world on fire. Nothing is stopping you. And if I go out, I'll go out screaming. It's all or nothing. It's all or nothing. It's all or Cause nothing is stopping you. You could say
A desktop is the most powerful weapon for playing games. It has the latest graphics cards, the best components, can be upgraded at any time, and supports the usage of multiple displays. But what if we told you that we have a revolutionary gaming system which has all that, but uses less power? Protects your eyes from eye strain, has the best speakers, plus the fastest internet connectivity when playing online games, and can even be controlled by just touching it with your fingers. The MSI AG270 Gaming All-in-One PC. Let the games begin.
Spread your wings to the night. Observe as flames fill the sky. It's just your frame of mind. Strike the match, ignite your life. Spread your wings in the night. Anticipate lonely roads. Expand your frame of mind. Don't ever lose your soul. Fly the harmony, dissonance within your voice. When you smile, you burn down absent walls in your mind. Happiness is all I really need. Don't fear the darkness, it's your light that shines so brightly.
Can't hold you back from destiny. It's your time now. Set yourself free. Can't hold you back from destiny. It's your time now.
Take us up above the clouds. Shelter me under your wing. And it's more simple than you thought. And reflects your company. The storm's approaching and I see the dark within your eyes. Then you shine a smile and whisper, it's alright. Happiness is all I really need to keep my soul full and wear my heart up on my sleeve. Can't escape it, and I can't outpace it. Can't stray off of the path you've flown so far. Instead of your last dance, take a second chance. Rebirth is waiting for you. Ignite your life.
Can't hold you back from destiny. It's your time now. Set yourself free. Can't hold you back from destiny. It's your time now.
You're rude, dude.
Welcome to the Dota 2 Canada Cup here on twitch.tv/Dota 2 Canada Cup. I'm What a Sip from High Ground TV, bringing you the playoffs tonight. It's Team Leviathan going up against Not Today, but I am not alone. Unfortunately, this time around, I've got with me Alan, aka Ryu, aka Young Ryu, aka at Ryu Boros. I might have.
All right. See how it is.
Buddy, what's going on? How's it going, man?
It's going great, man. You know what? What would be better is at the middle of this game,
If
the servers
6.84
crash,
came out?
and then yes, so we'd be the first ones casting game. 6.84.
God, dude, I am. You know, there's no hiding it anymore. I am done. I am done with this meta. I am done with this patch. I'm done with the number 3. I am done with sniper. I'm done with troll.
Dire team pick.
What else am I done with? I'm done with just like this. I have
Radiant
disgusting.
team pick.
I wish we should have played this on the test client.
Juggernaut
The
and
mom. The Mask of Madness. I'm sick of all of it, Alan.
Yule's Gaming still lives though. Lives on in all of us.
I like Yule's though. It's exciting.
Yeah, and there's ways to counter it.
Yeah, it's you know.
You could always put the Lotus Orb on somebody who just comes
Lotus
down.
Orb.
Radiant team
Yeah,
pick.
dude.
So sick. Well, this is a pretty important game here. Team Leviathan going up against Not Today in the upper bracket of the Canada Cup playoffs, and we have added a lower bracket to the Canada Cup, so that's exciting. And the lower bracket will be.
I mean, that's where you'd be all the time if you were playing. So.
Yeah. Well, Alan, shut up. I don't know what I was going to say there. All I was going to say is the lower bracket will be best of 1 for quite a while until the later stages. So it's not going to be a big deal, but a lot of the teams were suggesting maybe, it'd be good to have the lower bracket. We're like, that might sound okay, but it's still going to be best of 1. We're still going to try to keep the format as condensed as possible. None of this qualifiers for LAN. None of that. Just I'm flaming here, but you know what I'm getting at, Alan? You know what I'm getting at?
You're letting out all your rage, dude.
Dude, I look at this draft, I want to shoot myself. So I'm trying to make myself feel a little bit better. And yeah, I don't know what to say. We're in, and there's a Spirit Breaker, so that's something. But Team Leviathan, NA upstarts living together in Florida, and I'm sure they have you.
The beaches around this time of the year.
Are you friends with them? Are they enjoying it? Do you know them? Do you speak to them?
I think I have Newsham and Jenkins. We might
5 seconds
play
remaining.
a few games together.
Okay, so you have no idea. You have no insight. Thank you for your input.
Yeah.
Reserve time.
And then we've got Not Today, the South American
I play all the time with
powerhouse.
Smash. Smash is me.
Me Pastor.
It's fine, dude. No, I think Cow too. I think I played more games with Mystical than.
All right, fair enough. Well, Not Today have shown themselves to be quite strong. I think that's a fair assessment. They were at the MLG LAN. They play well together, and this roster's been sticking together for quite a while. Although I heard that Ifrit was going to get booted, but apparently not.
Yeah,
someone was telling me that was going to happen.
I don't know. Honestly, the time to be booting people is not right now because I wouldn't even say because of TI qualifiers are coming up. That's not even the biggest thing. I think the biggest thing is that you have a new patch, right? So everybody's gonna have, you know, a little bit of time just to work with all the new heroes, all the new items, and
the 7 new items.
Oh yeah,
Dude, I'm so hyped. But I guess we should mention a couple more things about the draft here. We've got Lina and Viper for not today.
10 seconds
and
remaining.
Axe, as well as the Earthshaker, banned out for Leviathan in the first
5
round.
seconds
Sniper and
remaining.
Chen get the boot from not today. Night Stalker as well as banned out here in the first or second round, rather. Man, speaking is hard today. I don't know, man.
All right, I got you, Greg. All right, so Vengeful Spirit ban out. Yeah, you can see that. You can see that varying. It's very useful against the Spirit Breaker. You just swap out anybody who's getting charged, save them, stun. It can add a lot of more pushing potential. Now, I'm not surprised at all by the Lion ban out here. Definitely one of the best support heroes in the game. Because you always get that fast blink dagger. I feel like every time a support
every time
has...
I've seen a Lion, there's been like a decent time blink, and that hero with
It
the blink
goes
is
from
so
10
good.
minutes to having 400
5
gold,
seconds
level 6
remaining.
to like 3 minutes later, you have a blink dagger and you're like level 11 almost.
Yeah.
Get, like,
Radiant
2 or 3
team
kills.
pick.
Yeah, and I mean the blink dagger. I don't think the importance of that can be overstated on the Lion. It's just so powerful. The instant hex lets you get around the BKBs. It gives you very, very good instant initiation. An Ancient Apparition also going to be banned out here. I would have to guess that is in response to the Spirit Breaker. That can be quite the obnoxious
Maybe they
combo.
they want to go aggressive, I think. Honestly, you have a Shadow Demon Lina here. You have a Viper potentially going into the mid or safe lane, and I think Not Today really want to play aggressive on this Troll Warlord and make it so that they're not constantly pressured in their lanes by the Spirit Breaker. And,
5 seconds remaining.
I like the idea. I think it might be happening, and well, who knows? But Leviathan seeing this, you have to kind of recognize. All right, so they banned out AA, and okay, that's a great pickup here. Quap. It deals fairly nicely with, you know, aggro. Like it can do okay against the Viper. I'm not gonna say he's gonna win, but there's something with the Shadow Strike. It does. I think it. I really need I need somebody to tell me this, because used to the before the patch was Shadow Strike. Every single time it ticked, the corrosive skin would go off.
10
but now
seconds
I think the initial strike does it, and I'm not exactly sure if the ticks
5
do it
seconds
anymore for the
remaining.
corrosive skin.
I am not sure. Does it
Reserve
is it
time.
30 damage?
Well, the thing is, they reworked the way that Shadow Strike kind of worked with corrosive skin just for that
Just for
purpose.
that
So just
interaction.
for it's been so long though. I keep on forgetting. Maybe somebody will clarify it in chat for me. But
We can, yeah, chat, please help. Send help.
Save.
And I don't know, man.
You know,
I never like playing this matchup. If this is a mid Queen of Pain, I do not like playing this matchup personally.
But the thing is, Viper normally doesn't get the corrosive skin till 2 or 3. Mostly
I think
3.
It's more that Quap
because
just has like 5 HP and you get clicked 3 times and you're dead.
Yeah, but it's fine though, in my opinion, because you have Quap where you can always push out the lanes, and you can always go rune control, and then you always have the comeback mechanics of just the rune control, bottle crowing, and
Dire team
yes,
pick.
Vipers should be having a great time CSing and harassing you out of the lane, but
So you just concentrate on getting runes, getting maybe
getting
ganks
ganks.
that way. Yeah.
Right.
Sure. Well, Gyrocopter's picked up here for not today, so this appears like it's going to be a support Lina. And I suppose that there are some other ways that they could run this. It doesn't have to be a support Lina. But...
Off lane Viper, yo.
Oh, God. Jesus.
10 seconds
But they do have
remaining.
the disruption into Light Strike Array, so that's a decent setup
5
if they do want to
seconds
play aggressive
remaining.
on this troll. My question is this... I mean, do you see this Gyrocopter
Reserve
being played in an
time.
aggressive tri lane?
I could see it.
You can see it.
Especially in the new patch, but now before, when you have a Shadow Demon coupled up with an easy stun as well as a Rocket Barrage as the AoE, Leviathan are really hurting on like strong supports. They don't have an
Control,
Earthshaker.
yeah.
They don't have that's a better one. They don't have a Lion
Radiant
maybe with an
team
instant hex.
ban.
They don't have the Fissure.
I mean,
Now they have a good
Venge stun,
bounce. They have a good bounce cast right now, but that's still all defensive purposes. This will be like a free farming lane for the gyrocopter because they have really no way to deal with it. So I'm interested to see what Not Today really pick last. I mean, at this rate, because seeing a Wind Ranger or another good solo 1v1 hero. And Broodmother's pretty good against this lineup too, because you have
they don't really have. I mean, Troll is okay against Brood though. I feel like it's not terrible.
Yeah, Troll for the Whirling Axis co-op with the Dream, it's decent, but you still will be able to take over their. You can take over your side of the map, take over theirs, and the biggest thing for Not Today is they want to try to pressure the towers before Troll gets out of control, gets that easy first Roshan is always crucial. So, and I like that ban out from Leviathan. Another early, or Not Today, they take out these heroes that can contest the tri-lane. What other hero is there to contest the tri-lane now? Like, Undying and AA are the two best heroes, the two best support heroes for contesting.
I mean, I feel like Leviathan have banned
Tinker with
out
March,
a lot of the heroes. Oh God.
Cloud9.
Jesus Christ, that's really reaching deep into the gutter for that one. That's Tinker and Trilane. If they pick Tinker, I'll PayPal you $5.
You owe me more than that. They would lose the game, I think.
Game would just be automatically over. We've got 10 seconds left for their last ban here, and it is going to be the Broodmother. So, like you mentioned, I mean that hero that makes sense because in a 1v1 scenario, Broodmother is extremely good. And like you mentioned, can take over a lot of farm. She can be extremely mobile now with all the new web changes, and can even adjust lanes. I actually really like that web change, the charges. I think that was a really good change.
I think that was the best ban out at the end.
There's no Jug in this draft. Hello, Juggernaut?
I don't know. There doesn't need to be a Jug. What's a good hero?
5
like I said,
remaining.
Ranger's okay. Bat Rider's, I guess, okay. So, like, you need a hero to shut down the Spear Breaker in the bottom lane. Something that's really good at just harassing him out of lane. And I guess that's what they're going to deal with. They already have the Mechanism hero and the Viper. So, if they had picked the Rin Ranger, she would have just rushed for the Ags. In most cases, people do anyways. But now with this Bat Rider, a lot more, pick-off potential.
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, assuming this is an offlane Spear Breaker, what's the options here?
5 seconds
Sand
remaining.
King is okay, but he's not very good in the tri-lane because his level 1 stun is so small range.
Enchantress might be needed
remaining.
if the Enchantress is really good here. I guess another defensive support, Abaddon. Because the thing is with Enchantress, right? Even if you lose your safe lane, you can still rotate. You can rotate middle. You can rotate to the off lane. So what they could have done is they could have picked Enchantress, got 2 creeps in the enemy jungle, killed Viper, and killed Bat Rider. They just constantly rotate back and forth. And then you force Not Today to rotate their 2 supports around. But the same can be said for Not Today. They can go for easy ganks on people. If Co-op has half HP in the mid lane, Shadow Demon Disruption into Alina stun, that's a quick kill. Abaddon here. It's really good, but still, the harassment coming out from Not Today when you have 3 range heroes should secure them this easy off lane, I feel.
Yeah, to me, this feels like it should be, I mean, I guess the Abaddon, I mean, they can heal up a little bit, but, they have all the Abaddon abilities and the Witch Doctor Voodoo Restoration. Maybe that will help them out a little bit, but this, I don't know. I feel like if this could be a very, very rough aggressive tri-lane here, and he's actually TPing out to put down wards.
Prepare for battle.
That is aggressive. Misco hopping in, but let's do some quick introductions before we head into the game. Again, you guys are watching the Dota 2 Canada Cup. There is a ticket in the store if you're looking for it, but some team introductions here. It's going to be Shredder from Team Leviathan on the Dire side. Shibby is going to be on the Queen of Pain. We've got Flying Zebra on the Abaddon, Newsham on the Witch Doctor, and last but not least, it's going to be Jenkins on the Spirit Breaker.
And for the Radiant side, Not Today. Have Stinger playing your Lina, Smash playing your Bat Rider, Ifrit playing Viper. That's pretty. I haven't seen Smash play Bat Rider ever. Ben playing the Gyrocopter, and Mystical playing the Shadow. So
30 seconds.
Looks like
to
they're
bat.
looking for maybe, yeah, they're looking for a pickoff here. They have the disruption into Light Strike Array, but unfortunately, the entire Dire side are camping out near the bottom rune, save for Shredder, who's just hanging out in the top lane. I don't think they're going to be getting anyone with this pickoff. But these wards should pretty much, well, this one obviously might get dewarded, but I feel like this ward will probably go unchecked for quite a while. Unless they do something very flagrant that shows that it's there.
The biggest tell of what an enemy is doing is when you see Smash on like a back. You're not going to see Smash in the off lane. You're going to see him in the safe lane or mid. And it just tells you what not today's lanes are going to look like. So what you either do is you either dodge or you do what they're doing is fight them head on. Not going to say they're going to win them head on, but...
We'll have to find out. I mean, they do have some decent defensive abilities here, but very easily that can fall apart with the disruption initiation in the tri-lane. And I mean, you can already see Shredder's just being left out to dry. The supports finally rotating over slowly. Ward goes down here from the Abaddon. 2 sentry wards are here for Nusham, but there's he's disrupted. This could be a very early first blood. Light Strike Array. Nusham taking damage, and he's just going to go down instantly to Stinger. The Abaddon late to the party here, not even skill and ability. Light Strike Array is off the mark, but they get a very, very quick first blood here for not today. And
first bash bottom lane. Once he gets charged too. Could be very bad for Smash. Smash needs to be very careful there. He's got his level 2 first. That's I'm just gonna be looking for this bashes. And
yeah,
as you were
this
saying,
lane looks like it could get out of hand very quickly if Smash gets even a little bit unlucky. You know, I feel like one solid bash could easily undo this lane for him.
My
that
God.
might be the start. He
Oh
gets 2
my
in a row.
God.
He even has this charge now. He's gonna charge him. Smash so unlucky. He's gonna go down to Jenkins, who's getting lit on fire. 2 bashes in a row. Rough life, but
that's like
down.
3 bashes in a row, dude.
Well,
like he got 2
true,
bashes
yeah.
there,
And
but
then,
the first hit from the last one time. Alright, so testing it out, I was right. The Shadow Strike does not apply. No, he doesn't have it.
Doesn't have corrosive skin yet.
Okay,
You
now
knew.
he has it. Come on, I just said never mind.
Well, it did tick at the end there.
Let's see if it ticks again. Nope. No, yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does. Rip. Rip. Well, Van's stuck in the top lane. Looks like he's going to be okay here.
Now it's not doing it. Actually, it's not doing it right now. So there's kind of a weird bug with it. It does it for the first 2 ticks, but it doesn't do it for the last 3 ticks or something.
So it only does it for 2 ticks, is what you're saying. Interesting. Interesting. Well, we'll keep an eye on the mid lane here. Shibby is going to have to be careful, like we mentioned in the draft. Ifrit just has a ton of damage compared to Shibby's not very much HP.
Oh, miscount. Kind of caught off guard here. He's going to get slowed extra slow. Oh,
Curse on Vernus. Stuck on him. Troll running him down here. And Misko looks like he might be in some trouble here. They're going to actually stop pursuing. They see the Lina off to the side and stop.
Oh, first bash bottom. Second bash coming after now. Now.
Poor Smash, man. This lane is like just 1 RNG away from just going out of control, but now he's going to be a little bit aggressive here, and Jenkins, of course, can just run away, essentially wasting the duration of that Firefly and all of those napalm stacks. Very unfortunate.
And he's healing up here. He's got a charge up right now. Okay, this is kind of bad for Smash, but Jenkins deciding, oh, he's going for it. I mean, he's kind of losing out on that CS, but here comes the charge. He has the first bash. Yes, he has the empowering haste. He could use it. There it goes. And the jukes. Oh, he slowed down. Oh, no.
Got him. Jenkins.
I don't know why Smash got sticky napalm at level 4. He really needed flame break. Because that's one way. Yeah, and it stops charge. Like, you always get flame break at level 4.
Yeah, that's true. Well, Smash. I mean, we did mention when we were heading into this game, maybe not. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen Smash playing Bat Rider. So maybe a little bit unfamiliar with the matchup, unfamiliar with the hero in general. Well, not today or looking to contest this pull.
I just don't think the hero to shut down a Spirit Breaker in the lane is Bat Rider. That's why I really questioned their last pick.
Invisibility.
Invis rune for the Viper. Don't think he's going to be able to get anything too crazy done with this. Shibby does have the blink, so unless he blinks in a very, very aggressive manner, should be just fine here. And when you look at their CS, he's getting beaten a little bit, but not too bad. But like you mentioned in the draft, the Gyrocopter is basically just free farming here. He did get, well, not free farming, but farming the highest on the map. Did get a little bit of extra jungle creeps from the Poland. Oh my God, he killed him again. They trade in the bottom lane.
Yeah.
I blame you for that, Alan.
It's definitely favoring the Spear Breaker because you're not giving away the EXP.
Spear Breaker gets the kill first, and Misco maybe going to be in some trouble here. There's the Whirling Axes flying after him. Disruption going to come down here. There is no rocket to help stop it, even though that is not the best way to do it. Lina maybe going to consider coming back in here. Shredder trying to put out the right click. Stinger just eating some damage. And in comes Jenkins into the top lane. And now Van is going to be very, very stuck. Charged, but in comes Smash, trying to put the damage out. Down goes the Gyrocopter to the Spear Breaker. Stinger now stuck, getting bashed back. Another kill for Leviathan. Battling back here. And Smash gets bashed. Shredder taking a lot of damage. Is going to go down. Smash in the end should fall, but does get a double kill before doing so. Now Misco's here. He get bashed. Ifrit coming in. Drops down the Viper Strike on the Jenkins. And now right-clicking him down. He's going to go down. Double kill for Ifrit. And now the scoreline's tied up 6-6 after a fairly huge set of trades here. 3 for 4 in the end, favoring Not Today by just a little bit, but Shibby is free farming in the meanwhile in the mid lane.
And that was some amazing plays from Stinger, catching like a 4-man Light Strike Array and then a 2-man later on. I mean, he basically won that team fight for them. And yeah, Smash getting a double kill here definitely helps him out to get that quicker Blink Dagger. It didn't help him out in the EXP because he shared it with Shadow Demon. Still helping him in the long run here.
Now he pops into the jungle. Smoke in the bottom lane. I think they're looking for blood on Van. Stop the charge. Are they going to continue the aggression is the question. Orb of Venom for the Spirit Breaker gives him actually a decent amount of damage. The slow obviously going to be helpful for him as well. Just be able to run down and get as many right clicks as possible to try to land those bashes.
And Troll Warlord, see how
they're
much
going to go for it in the bottom lane. Gyro gets hit up here. Level 6 is available for Jenkins. That's very, very fast. Up to level 7 now. It brings down.
Oh, bad. All right. I don't want to play anymore. Okay, another bad.
Misco maybe going to be going down here. Double kill for Jenkins. That is not what Not Today want to be doing.
Are you just going to get bashes every single time you hit? Like is that a thing? Is this Troll plus Spear Breaker win Dota by luck? I don't know, man. I've never seen somebody get so many bashes in my life.
He has gotten a lot of bashes, and he has a lot to show for it. He has 7 kills. 7 kills.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Well, 3 of them's on Smash. Actually, 4 of them might be on Smash on the top lane. Oh, bottom lane. Shibby blinks in aggressively. He's got the ultimate Ifrit Shibby going down here. Nice play. He still has 6 magic on charges.
Tower is under attack.
Oh.
And he's going to be going for the mechanism. No surprises there. And brought down. And I think they might be considering trying to kill this Gyrocopter once again. We'll see if they do cancel the charge when he gets a little bit closer. Might just be using it to get to lane. There is the Shadow Demon here this time around, although he is very, very out of the position to do anything about it at the moment. And a lot of heroes converging on this double damage rune. Flying Zebra, I think, going to try to secure it. Now they see Misco. He's going to know. He's going to have to push him back. And Shibby grabs the double damage rune. So maybe that is going to make the move onto Misco here. He tried to go for the disruption. Did not work out. Gets brought down instantly by Shibby. Now Leviathan. 4 kills in a row unchecked. Taking a pretty commanding lead here at 8 minutes into the game.
They could have turned around and disrupted him. I think he was in vision. It's kind of weird. And was getting her level 6. Getting charged mid lane here. Nice Light Striker Ray stopping that.
Does still connect. Now he's just going to try to TP on out of here. Easily going to make it out because Spear Breaker has more HP. I don't know if there's another hero that has this much HP this early on in the game, but when he has Strength Treads on, he is so tanky. Even without them, he's so tanky.
Yeah, 7 armor is just kind of ridiculous on
7 armor, 1200 HP. Super tanky.
Bottom lane too. Let's count the bashes, Greg. There's the 1 bash.
Ultimate pushes him back. The Nether Strike and assist with that one, but Abaddon, the one to land the kill, and Jenkins is just going off here. 7 kills, 3 assists. Been involved in 10 of the 11 kills of Leviathan.
I don't know what's happening to not today, but yeah, this is a 5 kill streak happening right now, and it's all set up by the Spirit Breaker.
Yeah, he's
you have to know
heavily involved
that the
in
Spirit
bottom lane.
Breaker and another kill.
Well, I think he's gonna get another one. Misco tries to turn and get anything done, does not get it. Spirit Breaker is just raking him in. He's gonna put up a trophy wall, mount those heads on there as he is just slaying everyone. Now maybe looking for Smash. There is an ultimate for 2 seconds available for Chibi, and Smash, I think, is going to be going down here. In comes the Spirit Breaker. Chibi cleans it up anyway. Now Jenkins a little bit stuck, but looks like he might make it out. Is going to be just fine. Lena out of range for the Light Strike Array.
Yeah, this 2 stun strategy with is not working out for them. I mean, they really need Mystical in these situations, obviously for the disruption. They need Stinger to be there, but they don't really have any initial stun besides Lasso. They're really hurting on that in that regard.
Haste.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ways to counter that Lasso. You got the Abaddon, his Aphotic Shield, and you have this this freaking Spirit Breaker who's 8-2 with the Midas already.
Picks that up, and they're smoked up. Back behind the gyrocopter. Move forward onto Chibi. He's going to get called down as well. And Laguna Good and 8 from the Jenkins. Going to try to salvage the fight. There's the Aphotic Shield put up. The Nether Strike's canceled by the disruption. Now Flying Zebra the one trying to run back. Drops on the coil. There's the throw. Time up. Voodoo Restoration coming through as well. Paralyzing cast. Not going to get any lucky bounces. Death Ward's available, but not sure Newsom's going to use it. Flying Zebra taking so much damage here. Going to go down in the end. There's the Death Ward onto Smash. Is that enough to bring him down that much? The tower? No, that's still not enough. Shadow Demon brings down Nushim in the end, I think with the poison. But Leviathan loses 4 heroes for nothing. What is going on?
Oh, Leviathan
Radiant's
lost.
top tower
No,
is
I'm
under
just kidding,
attack.
but what a turnaround event.
They don't even have the mech yet.
Yeah, Abaddon was not in the position to even help out, and once Quap died immediately, they should have just counted their losses and quickly backed out, but instead they tried to team-fight. They didn't even TP in Shredder, and he was off split pushing. He almost got this tower top. I'm wondering if not today we'll rotate right now and to deny it, but...
And what a disastrous fight for Leviathan.
Yeah, man. That's... How much was that? Did you see the network? Oh my... That's a...
I assume it's a hefty
3,000.
Oh
that's like
my.
a 3,000.
That is definitely a hefty swing, and it's going to be the Aghanims for the Queen of Pain. Become the standard build over the course of this patch. We've seen it quite a few times. And so if you're the Spirit Breaker here, what do you build, Alan? What do you build to continue the momentum? He has the Midas, so he's going to have his lion's pick of whatever item he wants in a couple of minutes.
I think Shadow Blade. See it all the time with the Shadow Blade.
Moving on to Misco, who drops down the sentry. Shibi is in the area as well. They cancel it. Not manly enough.
Oh, here comes the smoke gank from Not Today, putting even more pressure on Leviathan. Gonna be, do they have any wards? No, they don't. So they're just really trying to hunt this troll. They're about to just pass them. Oh, that's very unlucky. But they're gonna get Chibi instead.
Blasted off Light Strike Array as well. Brought down. Now Jenkins gonna come in. Maybe try to get something. Nether Strike here on Van pushes him back into the fight. There's the heal up onto Jenkins. Call down. Drops the Viper Strike down. Now blind to a forward time healing up. Jenkins doing damage to Death Ward as well. Shredder going absolutely ham onto Ifrit here. There's the Death Ward trying to finish him off with the disruption. Gonna save him at the last moment. Is that enough to bring Ifrit back in? Yes. He brings down one. Jenkins Shredder gonna fall as well, and Ifrit gets 2 off the back of that disruption. Now Misco trying to turn this back around with Flying Zebra in full retreat, down by the Shadow Demon, and smashes right clicks, and Nushim again now the only one left walking back behind the tower. They even take down the creep. No creep for you. That's from the Helmet Dominator Shredder. And what a disaster again.
Mechanism coming at the last second, saving and gone. The disruption. Really well played. Not Today are getting their heroes coming in at the perfect time. If that was a 1 second or 2 seconds later, it would have been disastrous for... I think it would have been disastrous for... They would have lost a lot more. So really well played. The rotations coming in at perfect timing. And yeah, this is more items. The problem is that Van is still 0-4, right? He's got 10 assists, but he's not really farming anything. Whereas,
he does not have a lot of last hits. He does not have a lot of kills. Just a ton of assists.
The last hits in this game are so low. I mean, the troll that had really gotten pressured top lane now has the most CS in the game.
Yeah. Not a lot of farming, a lot of killing, though. I mean, we're over the 2 kills a minute, and that's, you know, that's pretty indicative.
That's going to be the new patch, man. They're getting ready for the new patch.
They're ready.
Radiant's
Smash is
bottom
smoked out. Does
tower
have the
is
blink
under
dagger now.
attack.
Looking for a lasso target in the dire jungle. Can he find one is the question. Shredder might be the target here. Going to try to farm up this stack.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They know Skywrath Mage, though. They will
Shredder
find
needs
him
to be
here.
careful. They find him. There's the lasso. He's lassoed up. They're going to rocket barrage him down, and Shredder's going to fall.
Radiant's bottom
Batrider
tower
the one
is
to
under
bring that
attack.
one in. Oh, is he going to hide this creep? Nope.
Dire's
Just
top
going to run it
tower
away.
is under attack.
Looks like they want more. They want to kill Jenkins. There's the missile coming in. That's going to stun him eventually. Does he have charge? Yes, he's going to charge right on out of here. Shibby maybe going to try to turn this one back around. Spirit Breaker's still on the way out, but a lot of heroes have TP'd up. Nusham's here. Shibby's here as well. They want to turn this one around. There's the disruption, and this could be a great fight for Not Today with 3 heroes here. Shibby trying to get blown up, but no, he darts out of the way. Does eat the Laguna Blade. Call down goes down as well, and pretty inconsequential for Not Today. They're just going to turn back around, eat the tower. Now Shibby darting forward, wants to kill Ifrit. The mechanism available, 9 charges on the stick as well. So a lot of healing available for Ifrit. Charge is coming in though onto Stinger. Spirit Breaker now charging. Here comes the big cow. He's going to try to make something happen. There's the Nether Strike on Ifrit. You can see the prioritizing, but disruption. Shibby turns on. There's the Death Ward going on. It's just Ifrit. The rest of Not Today are not even close, and they're just taking damage from Viper. Viper brings down 2 by himself. Shibby now trying to get away from the fight.
The images of Shadow
Dire's
Demon
top
just
tower is
became
under
MVP. What a sonic wave, though, there coming in from Shibby. They just all grouped up. That was the easiest 4-man because of the disruption. Shadow Wave of his spells anymore.
Radiant's
Sonic
middle
Wave.
tower is under attack.
So really well played coming in for them, but that was the funniest thing, man. The Shadow Demon with the images from Viper getting those kills. Although, no, I don't think they got the kills, but they definitely helped because, yeah, Viper did get 2 kills in the end.
Yeah, in the end, we're back to an 18-18 scoreline. The gold graph still very close. The XP almost exactly even. And as we move forward into the mid game here, I mean, the gyro, you already mentioned this, but the gyro is so underfarmed and appears to be going for the even more just hard farming build. Just going to be AFK farming for this game for quite a while. With that mask of Morbid Mask, have to expect that's going to turn into a Helm of the Dominator, and Gyrocopter is just going to keep on keeping on here with the farm, trying to get something happening.
Gyro against the troll is very bad for the, especially in this meta. Just because the innate ability of that bash, you really can't stand toe-to-toe with Gyrocopter, so their only thing that he can do is kill everyone else, right? And it's a very problematic when you also have not only the troll, the Spirit Breaker as well. So you're going to be perma-bashed during most of the team fights. You're going to have to be relying on your Shadow Demon disruptions, which has been on point this game, as well as the Flaming Lasso from Smash. Smoke up here by Leviathan. They're looking for more. We're looking for Roche. Looking to get an extra life, presumably, onto Shredder here. And, man, I gotta say, take a minute to really enjoy the purple Aphotic Shield. Big fan of that. Shadow Demon gonna push them out of the pit with the Shadow Wave there. And how are you supposed to tell Aphotic Shield from Lotus Orb? Gonna have nightmares. No, but you can tell the difference a little bit. But still, there's so much purple and pink in the game now. Dota has become a much more complicated game recently. No, Bubble. Actually, Dota's become Bubble. Bubble Trouble. I don't know if you ever played that game online. No, I don't know what you're talking about. It's a little bitty download on the browser. This is a game online. Go play it afterwards. It's really fun. Bubble Trouble. I'll play it right now. We'll just boot it up. Show the stream. What's going on?
Dire's structures are fortified.
That to play?
Dire's top tower.
Yeah, I used to play it when I was in school.
Spirit Breaker heading towards the top lane. He might be in trouble here.
Tower worth it. The cast is not gonna make it. I knew it.
Oh my god, that was close.
Living on life on the edge.
Yeah, that was definitely living life on the edge. Stinger's gonna be going for a Yules here eventually.
Dire's bottom tower
is under attack. Gonna take a little while. Misco and squad of Not Today are formed up in the bottom lane. They want to take down this tier 1 tower. They want to take advantage of those rotations that went up to the top lane to try to stop Smash. So it's a free tier 1 for Not Today. Jenkins is doing his damnedest, but he is slowed down quite a bit now. Only has an Ogre Club. The kills have slowed down as well.
And let's look at both of them. They're both 0 and 4, 0 and 5. Both the Troll and the Gyrocopter have a total combined score of 0 and 9. So the carries are getting carried right now.
Dire's bottom tower.
Not a great lane for the carries from the top lane.
Radiant's top tower.
And it's so happens that
Dire's
Leviathan, they
structures are
really
fortified.
excel at the split pushing and split picking
Radiant's
off.
top
That's why you're
tower
seeing
has
that top
fallen.
tower being gone down.
Radiant's
Split pushing
middle
Witch
tower
Doctor.
is under attack.
And he's actually
But
very close to an
Dire's
Aghanim.
bottom
This Witch
tower is
Doctor
under
build.
attack.
Boots of speed.
Dire's bottom
Half of an
tower
Aghanim
has
Scepter.
fallen.
He's 400 gold away from finishing that up.
Radiant's
And they get the middle
Lane.
tower as well, but Shredder might be in some trouble. Smashes here, does have the Blink Dagger, not going in there. Finally is the lasso. 2 stacks of poison, the call down coming in as well. And Shredder is going to get shredded in the mid lane.
Well, he was roasted and toasted.
Roche
in
still
pieces.
standing. No one else can come back in there. It is an illusion.
Yeah, it was amazing how they scouted it out perfectly at the same time earlier from the scout when they were going in.
Let's follow
Yeah.
Jenkins here. No, he's going to turn around. He has been much less manly recently. Oh, God, that's only an illusion hitting the core here. The Poon Destroyer. Okay.
So,
10
yeah,
out of
not
10.
going for that Shadow Blade. Very interesting.
Looks like it appears to be going for presumably a BKB. I guess it could be like a Sanjin Yasha or something, but you would have presumed he would buy it. So probably just BKB.
Yeah, there's a lot of magic damage coming out from that today.
Mm-hmm.
And I definitely agree with that. But there's a big item pickup. This is, as Kato Guy likes to say, shout out to him if he's still in chat, the bread and butter.
Radiant's bottom tower
The Blink
is under
Dagger as well as
attack.
the Force Staff. Now that's online with his Boots of Travel. He can be anywhere on the map at any time, and he has an Invis rune. This is
It's a
gotta
powerful
be the
rune.
most this is second most frustrating rune, obviously. The S4 haste rune is godlike on this hero, but still Invis is close
Radiant's
second.
bottom tower is under attack.
Not today farming up as a group here. Shibi is free farming in the top lane. Does have his own Aghanim Scepter at this point, and the rest
Radiant's
of Leviathan
bottom
hiding out.
tower is under
Nusham,
attack.
the holder of the shiny new Aghanim Scepter. Both teams definitely looking to take this Roche. Van's going to start it up here, but the Dire side are nearby. I don't think they're going to let this one go down for free, Alan.
I don't think so either, but honestly, I think Not Today have a better Roshan fighting lineup. You only have Spirit Breaker charge, you have the cast, sure, and the Sonic Wave, but you have Lasso for the high ground, you have the disruptions, you have the mechanism, you have the call down. I just think Not Today's positioning in the team fights will be a lot better around the pit, and they also have the Alpha Board too, so they can do Roshan a lot faster than normally they would.
The other thing to note here, Van appears to also be building a BKB. So a lot of early BKBs here. What is the Troll's item progression? Appears to be a BKB as well. And all of Leviathan are smoked up besides Troll, who's just a little bit behind here. They're going to run into
Van.
five from Not Today. Van is maybe in trouble, but Yule's up in the air. There's the death ward going down by Newsom, and it's going to bring down one quickly. But Emmerich still alive, goes down finally in the end, and Van taking some damage here, trying to make it out of the fight, but Shredder's running him down. Is he going to make it out? Yes, somehow, with slivers of HP,
No
makes
bash.
it out. Smash. He's also going to make it out. And what could have been so catastrophic for Not Today, they end up only losing 2 heroes. They easily could have lost 4 there.
Yeah, that could have been a 5-man team fight and the gym going the way of Leviathan. So really well played, counting their casualties, getting out. I mean, everything, the
That
whole
was a
fight
good
came
example
down
of
to the
cutting your
death ward.
losses. Oh yeah, that
that was-
ward was awesome.
That whole fight just was death ward and nobody canceling it. So now
Roshan has
you have a very
fallen
big
to the
problem.
desert.
You have to find a way to cancel this Witch Doctor.
I mean, they only have so many options here. They have the
I think
Yules, the
it's-
Light Strike Array,
I think it's a
Lasso, and
Flame Break.
Disruption, and Flame
No.
Break.
I think
guess. Yeah,
I
that's
think
true.
Flame Break is the biggest key, right? So what you want to do is you want to initiate
Pretty
Bat
long
Rider.
range. Yeah.
Yeah, get Flaming Lasso onto the Troll, pull back, and then when you see that Death Ward, you have to save your Flame Break for the
Don't hurt
Ags
yourself for
Witch
you.
Doctor.
It's okay.
I know, I'm having a lisp today. Lisp problem.
Some problems with the word Flame Break. That's okay.
Flame. I'm just going to call it Break.
Break.
What is it? Silver Edge?
Oh.
Silver Edge is going to be breaking people.
I have to say, I was watching Korok stream earlier today, and
I saw that Flame Break. Or break, and jeez.
he was just playing Alchemist, and he bought Aghanims for his whole team. He had a Moon Shard that he ate, and I don't know, man. I don't know what the next patch is going to look like, but it was one of the clowniest games I've seen in quite a while. I'm so ready, man. I'm so ready for the new patch. I think
Gibby's
everyone
not ready,
is.
dude.
Shibby is
Gibby-
not ready for this gank. He's gonna get lassoed up, pulled back here into Stinger. Gonna drop down the light strike ray. That's gonna land up Laguna Blade. Frame. Oh, now you have me doing it. Damn you, Alan.
Wayne Wake.
God damn
Jenkins
it.
coming
But
in, yo.
Jenkins-
Oh, nice
Jules.
Jules.
Pops him up in the air, and that's gonna end Jenkins'
Catch the rest of the
charge.
game like this. Be like me and Dakota. This is how our voices sound half the time.
I can't handle this. I can't handle you right now, Alan.
Alright, well, Leviathan can't handle me either. I don't even know who's ahead. Alright, this is a 0 gold lead
2020.
game.
0 gold lead, 1,000 XP. I feel like I haven't seen a game like this in quite a while. I mean, these teams are just duking it
A
out.
slugfest. Nobody cares about. I guess they do care about objectives, but still,
Farming,
it's
not
more like
important.
yeah, not farming as efficiently. Just let's just fight.
Jenkins.
I mean,
He's
we
been
did see
using
some.
that charge quite effectively.
We did see some good ancient stacks going on from Leviathan. They did clear out maybe a 3 or 4 man, a 4 stack. Not today. They didn't stack at all, I think. I can't remember, but they've had the gyrocopter. They could have been stacking a lot more, I think, for him. And, well, more smokes. Smoke on, smoke action. There's a ward there. Are they going to de-ward? I think it saw them smoke. So they're just going to decide, hey, we got spotted out. Nothing we can do about it.
Got some reports that the game sound might have been a little bit excessive. So we've turned it down just for you guys. Apologies, we're on a brand new setup here. And, you know, I'm not going to lie. I had to set up the overlays right before this started. So I'm going to blame the new PC. Hopefully everything's fine now. If it's still a little too loud, let me know and we'll take care of it then. But
Radiant's bottom tower is under
in the
attack.
meanwhile, Leviathan looking for the tier 1 on the bottom lane.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
And I don't know, man.
Just say looking for the tier 1 on bottom lane and leave me hanging like that.
It's dead. They got it.
Got it.
Got him.
And now they're going to get maybe possibly 2. What's the Roshan timer look like? Still got another 1 minute and 40 seconds to work with this.
And not today, they're just not interested in contesting this. The death ward being back up. Worrisome for them. I mean, so what? Not today. I mean, are they just hoping this game goes longer and the gyrocopter gets big? Like, what's the end goal here?
I think the end goal is getting a BKB onto your Bat Rider. And maybe a refresher. Yeah, so going into the later stages of the game, so you have these reliable lockdowns, even more so. Mid lane, they got the BKB off on Jenkins though.
He's
Should be fine here.
He does have that BKB like you mentioned. That's an even free pass. And now I have the hiccups. What's happening? We're falling apart. Everything was going so well. Now I have the hiccups.
I mean, don't blame me, dude.
This is your fault. I was going to blame you until you said that. But now it's your fault. Shibby.
Everything's my fault.
Shibby's going to be going for Lincolns. That makes sense, given that there's the lasso. There's not a ton of stuff that they can really afford to use on that, I feel like, either. A lot of their abilities are quite large. And Misco, well,
should have just disrupted him first, but
hindsight's 20/20. You know what they say. And unfortunately,
Troll
Misco
ulti
is dead.
If Troll ulti wasn't there too, he would have gotten out. A lot of determining factors could be. Well, didn't think I'd get bursted down that fast. There might be heroes behind him. TP out as fast as I can so I don't get stunned or anything. And yay, Van has a stack here. Going to be clearing it out. He's up to 2,400 gold. I would say his next item is probably a butterfly.
Dire's middle tower
Probably
is
butterfly,
under attack.
or BKB. I mean, not MKB.
All right. I can work with that. Jenkins is on mission right now. He's going in for smash. He turns on the BKB. Lasso is available, but he gets a very timely bash, and the Nether Strike is canceled. Jenkins can't get them all, dragged back by smash. There's the Nether Strike. Light Strike array. Laguna Blade going to go down as well. Right in time. Out goes the Bat Rider. He TPs on out of here. Stinger.
Bash,
as long as he doesn't get first hit bash, nope, he's okay.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
You know, with how many bashes have been going the way of Spear Breaker's game, I'm glad to see they're not going the way of Troll. Else, Leviathan would have won this game like 10 minutes ago. So
They would have just won by default.
won by luck. Gods are with them. But canceling out the luck advantage. Yeah, as you mentioned, these BKBs were picked up early. They still haven't been used, right? They've been picked up for the past 5 minutes when you could have had a better farming item, but it's more, you know, to deter from team fights. Just to give you that safe net to fall back on.
Spirit Breaker's, I think, the only one that's really used his.
Right.
He actually is the only one that's used his.
They can't kill Jenkins because... Oh, now they can. Stinger's here.
Flame Break pushes him actually a little bit forward, but he's so slow. Gonna try to charge on out of there. Yule's up near Light Strike Array. Is gonna go down. The Lincoln Sphere is gonna... Why? He can't believe he just did that. He could see it, and he used the Laguna Blade into it. The Death Ward gonna go down. Maybe some miscommunication causing that. Jenkins coming back in, going ham with the Aphotic Shield on. He's back up now. Ifrit is not gonna make it out. Brought down by the hands of Jenkins. Stuns him out of the TP. Kills him as well. Double kill for Jenkins. Now Leviathan are 4 kills up, but this game has been topsy-turvy back and forth. And we'll see if Leviathan can actually keep this lead.
Yeah, this is Not Today getting really aggressive when they don't have that lasso. They're like, all right, we can make something happen. And they were severely punished, not thinking that Leviathan would rotate. And they're in their jungle. Of course they're going to be farming. Either they're farming or smoke somewhere else on the map.
Now Leviathan pushing down another tower, and I feel like now they have a solid advantage in this game that they can actually build on here. They can maybe take down the top tier 2 tower as well. Well, fortification used, maybe that's going to put the kibosh in that plan. I cannot believe that Lena used Laguna into that Lincoln's.
Yeah, I can't believe either. And look at this movement speed bonus coming out from Empowering Haste. As well as the Avernus. So you don't even need a troll with Sange and Yasha to have max movements. You have Empowering Haste. You have the Curse of Avernus. Coupled up with that, I think the whole team has max movement speed.
Gotta run fast. Gotta go quick. Stinger's gonna be going for an Aghanims. He'll be killing people real quick once he picks that up. Gonna go through the BKB as well.
Or it's just not fast, not furious. Gotta get on their level, man.
Did you see the new movie? I have to go on the tangent here. All right, well, you're dead to me until you go see it.
I want to.
So never mind.
I wanted to see.
That's fine. Ultimate Orb here for the Spirit Breaker.
Waiting for it to come out.
What do you think this is going to be, this Ultimate Orb?
On what?
On Spirit Breaker.
Spirit Breaker?
Could be another Lincoln's.
Mass Lincoln's.
Yeah, another Lincoln's.
Yeah, that's the only way. Because presumably they're like, hey, let's get BKBs and let's get Lincolns. The only thing that goes through it are Demonic Purge and Bat Rider Lasso. So you have to kind of correlate Demonic Purge first and then cast your Flaming Lasso to even catch somebody. But as I say
is
that,
going to get caught now. He's going to get Laguna Bladed. Light Strike Array before you can get the BKB off. This time, no Lincolns to save him from that damage, and he's brought down pretty easily.
Life. Roshan respawning here.
Just a couple of seconds. And it's a Scotty for the Gyrocopter, which is completed. First major item here.
Wow.
I
saw this in the last game too. Like the last game I watched, a Gyro got the Scotty too. So presumably he's just like, all right, well, gotta find a way to kite this troll around. Gotta slow his attack speed down. Do something.
Although I feel like troll is not the problem.
Yeah, it's more so the stats
like
too,
Chibi,
right? The stats,
the Shredder
helps against the Sonic Wave, and it helps against the Death Ward.
That's true. It does give you a fair amount of HP. Like, what is it, 300 and 380 or something? Something around there. My math's bad.
I told you, man, that butterfly would have helped him against his Ags.
Oh, 250.
Just run in.
I'm an idiot. Way more than that.
Okay, Math Gerd.
I forgot that there's also a point booster in the Scotty, so I just blew it.
All right, dude, you still got next patch. There's always next patch.
Well, Leviathan have been, they're a little bit, I feel like they're a little bit standoffish right now, and I'm not sure that benefits them. I feel like the more time that Not to get to just farm back into this game, the better chance they have to win. You feel me? You feel me, Alan?
I feel you. I love their late game. Up. But Leviathan are countering well, in my opinion, by getting these Lincoln Spheres.
And they're might run head on here into the Not Today team, who are smoked up, maybe looking to go into the Roche
This is a
pit.
3v5 fight.
And this could be very bad. Shibi's going to dart in. He finds Stinger. Stinger's probably very surprised to see that. Does not even get the Yules off. Absolutely disintegrated. One thing I will say about Not Today is they've been very, very good at controlling their losses. They just abandon ship. Lena goes down. They're like, all right, well, We lost that Roche.
Yep. And that's very unfortunate not having their whole team there. If they had their whole team there, they could have gotten an easy lasso onto Shibby, and they would have been able to burst him down. They might have been clumped up for the death ward. That could have been a very big problem as well. So it would have been a 50-50 fight in my mind if they were all there.
Smash does have the BKB now, which I think does change things a little bit. Get a little bit more consistent initiation.
Also got a haste rune. That's not
That
too
also
bad
helps.
to work with.
It's not too shabby at all. And it is going to be the Mass Lincoln strat here. Jenkins going to be the next one to build one. Sanj and Yasha for Shredder at 35 minutes. Not my favorite time to buy Sanj and Yasha.
He already has max movement speed, but it's more so for the maim too,
Yeah.
and the farming potential. You just go all around the map. Let's see how much movement speed he loses once he's out of range. So he loses 100 movement speed when he's not next to the Spirit Break.
Yeah, taking a look at the net worth here. Shibby at the top of the charts with the gyro has farmed his way back into this one. Now up to 3,000 gold after just buying the Scotty. I feel like a couple minutes ago, but he's been farming up Ancients as well, so that gives him a little bit of extra money in the bank, spending money in the pocket, whatever you want to call it. He is on his way to opening up another bank account.
They definitely been doing a good job of stacking every single time it's up, and that's their key back. And you see how much it helps, right? Because the troll is 5th on net worth. Well,
Ifrit might be in some trouble. Jenkins charging him down. Ifrit going to be brought back by the Nether Strike and killed by the missed coil from Abaddon. Flame Break pushes them back, but Shibby, considering darting forward here, gets the scream off. They're going to take down the tier 2, so no tier 2s remaining for not today. 2 on the side of Leviathan, and gold starting to creep in the favor of Leviathan for really the first time in this game. But not today had lost this significant advantage, but they're going to grab on Jenkins. Smash moves forward. There's Laguna Blade easily bringing down the Spirit Breaker, but now Shibby darting forward does not have the Sonic Wave, does have the Lincoln Sphere still up. There's the Aphotic Shield, and the Death Ward's going to go down. Unfortunately, not really connecting on many. Now Smash getting a little bit of the business end, as well as Van Stinger eating some bounces. That actually does a ton of damage. Those bounces are extremely strong, and that's going to clear out the base.
Gyro doesn't have buyback either. He bought a Demon Edge. I mean, he tried to go in, but Nusham, it doesn't matter if you only have a Death Ward on 1. It still took Gyro from 100% HP to 20%. And with the Sonic Wave at the end,
it just killed him.
Yeah, it's him running in like that definitely did not help out his team. And with no buyback now, this is pretty much game. There's nothing they can do. Still Aegis up on the Troll. 2 minutes to work with that. Cheap stick onto Ifrit here.
Ignoring him. Taking down the buildings. That's some objective gaming. Shredder gonna eat a stun. Laguna Blade again into the Lincoln Sphere. I don't know why they keep doing that. Now Shredder actually taking some damage. The Aegis is going to expire there with the Shadow Poison, but the rest of the
It's gonna be like Lotus Orb, man. I'm having deja vu of Lotus Orb right now.
Stinger getting charged up by Jenkins from very, very far away, so he's not even close. But at the end, there are 3 barracks dead. Both full set from the top and the melee in the middle, so heavy advantage now for Leviathan.
And when I mean deja vu, I mean because I was testing it in the game quiet, so it's just like bringing me back. Like I was using Lena too and Lion, the fingers, to see if they worked, and it's like, oh yeah, it's gonna be fun. But now this 2 barracks is down. Ucho wards in the base now. They need to get smashed on this dewarding duty. It's just Gyrocopter's not big enough to handle this right now. Yeah, All in. Rapier time.
He's getting there. I mean, I think you have to Rapier. They're so far behind now.
What's
they
the
can't
BKB?
even take it late.
9-second BKB. The problem is if he doesn't kill the troll and then the whirling axes come out, you're pretty much done for.
Yeah, he's screwed. That blind is significant. One of the many reasons why Troll is broken. And I mean, I have to agree with you. If he gets blinded, he is going to be in trouble.
Blinded by the light.
But thank you for that. Thank you for that.
I wanted you to. All right.
What?
That way, dude.
Me? You wanted me to sing? People don't want that.
I do.
No. People don't like my dancing, man. Did you see that? See that GIF today that Cybermat put on his website? Disgusting.
I mean, Mott liked it, right? Oh, his face.
Not today, I think. This looks like a death push to me. He just did that. But now the death ward's coming in. If Brit gets disrupted, the death ward's still flying through. Everyone just getting a piece of it. Shredder gonna get Lagooned, has the BKB up now, is going to try make it back out of the fight, but he just lassoed straight into the Lincoln Sphere.
Radiant's middle barracks
I actually couldn't believe he just did that.
Yeah, there's way too much heal coming out. Shibby, it looked like he missed his ulti there, but he still got 2 of the supports on the back line, and nobody ended up dying there. It's just this Abaddon plus healing from the Witch Doctor is doing too much work in these team fights. They have no way to kill any of these heroes. They're all innately tanky. Every single hero almost has 2,000 HP on the cores. You have a Lincoln Sphere. You have BKBs, mass BKBs. Not easy right now for Not Today.
Yeah, not easy at all. And Shibby is up on the high ground. They're looking for blood on Smash. Is Shibby going to go down? Flame break back. He stopped this charge before that. This time they do cancel. Oh, that's the Aghanim's Laguna Blade, and that's going to be enough to bring down Jenkins. And he used the Force Staff that time to cancel the Lincoln Sphere smartly. Then lassos up.
Yeah, that was very close too, right? Because if he didn't get off his Force Staff before the BKB,
then he wouldn't have been able to take it off. Yeah, he would have been stuck. That would have been awkward.
Just like Greg.
I'm stuck.
Stuck in 6.83, dude.
That could not be more true.
I'm actually stuck in 6.84 right now. I'm just thinking about all the new stuff.
Well, Alan, hopefully it will bless us tomorrow.
All right. I'll stop talking about it because everybody's gonna get salty because it's not out, and I'm gonna get flamed because I just want it out like everyone else. So.
Well, as we continue forward here, this is a best of 3, so this is not the end of the line.
He's doing it. He's doing it. He's doing it. It's over. They win. Not today win.
It's happening.
Moral victory win.
Sign the happening train. Collect your items, which you can get as soon as he picks up that rapier.
All right. If I don't get this item, I'm never casting again.
I don't think you're going to get it.
I've gotten one.
From buying a rapier?
No.
I like
from
the
casting.
Kind of cute.
I think I got one a week ago.
He's having some trouble getting this off the courier. Are they hiding it?
He's hiding it.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
Relax, Greg, relax. Not everybody's as high level as you.
So he's just hiding it. They don't want to show that he has it. They want it to be a big surprise in the next fight. So hopefully he doesn't get destroyed.
Oh, he just blinked in. Shibby.
Shibby, he yules up in the air. Is that going to be enough to get him out of here? The blinks off, cool down. No, God. Thought he was going to get out, but nope. Did their best.
You know the best part is he can still get a he can get Abyssal Blade or something. Because he's really waiting for this Roshan timer. Oh, the Roshan just respawned. The Roshan just respawned. This
is a cheese Roshan too.
Yeah.
And this game is going to come down to the wire. Not today. Going to have one fight to win it with the rapier. Otherwise, the game will surely be over. Well, they cannot afford to lose the fight anymore. Is what I was trying to say and failed. A lot of pings onto Shredder here. I do think they know he is around, and both teams posturing around Roshan. Obviously, Not Today would like to get their hands on it to give an extra life to the rapier carrier, the gyrocopter. And Leviathan would like to be able to easily secure the game with a lot less risk. And now he completes it. 2 viewers have received a prize, and I hope neither of them were Ryuboras.
Fine, dude. I understand how you feel. Nice.
And they're going to try to take this fight at the enemy base here. So if they win the fight, they can try to just win the game. There are a couple of buybacks here. Actually, 4 on the Dire side. And they're just chipping away at the tower. No contest yet from Leviathan.
Dire's middle tower.
And now they're going to reinitiate. Stinger is going to be the target. He uses himself up near. That's going to save him for a moment. Their smash turns on the BKB, not able to get anything done. The death ward coming through. Nusham doing damage. It's canceled. He's not going to be able to do it any longer. Now the lasso onto Shredder, but smash is stopped in place by a great paralyzing cask. And now Jenkins charging forward. Where is the gyrocopter? He's in the back of the fight, still right-clicking away. Double kill for Van, the one who has the rapier, trying to go to town here. Stinger charging forward, has a Yule Scepter available, wants to try to get a pick off here. Is he going to be able to get one? There were some buybacks, but none of the Dire have been able to make it back, and he gets blown up very quickly. Triple kill for Van.
Over here, back at base.
It might be happening now. Nusham, 45 seconds until he has the death ward. Shibby is back into the fight, trying to make something happen. Does have a Hex. BKB is on cooldown for 30 seconds. Are they going to be able to bring down Van? Are they going to be able to get the rapier? He does get stunned up by the cask here, and a great disruption once again. Misco might go down as the MVP of this one. Shibby gonna get a kill here, but go down in the process. Van is so close to dead. Jenkins trying to bring him down. Nusham is here as well. Are they gonna get him? Flying Zebra going to town. He is gonna go down, and Shredder is gonna be the one, I believe, who's gonna try to get the rapier. No, who has it? It's the Abaddon, and that is the end of this, I think. I don't think they can bring it back, and they were so close to winning it. Alan, that was so close.
Oh my goodness, there were so many amazing... I can't even describe how many amazing things happened in that team fight, but one was definitely towards there at the end, the Witch Doctor, the cast, getting off.
On the wolf?
It was on everybody. It was just on them too. And they just stood there for 4 seconds, not able to do anything. And the mass buybacks factor coming in from Leviathan here at the end. And, well, that Witch Doctor ward at the very beginning of the fight was canceled after, you know...
Pretty fast.
Yeah, it was pretty fast after Smash did the flame break. There was a little fight skirmish off on the top with the Quap and the two supports from Not Today. That was pretty funny to watch. The Quap did manage to get away. I think Mystical did get killed, and so he had to come walk back to the team fight. I don't know, but they're going to be going this all-in play still for this Roshan.
I mean, how are they going to realistically kill this Abaddon with a rapier? Seems like it's going to be difficult.
Yeah,
I guess they could Laguna him above the threshold, right?
Yeah, you can Laguna and kill him.
Yeah. That'd be what a way to go. That would.
They have no damage now, though, because they don't have the rapier. It's all that.
And now Flying Zebra is just going in with the rapier. Absolutely no fear, and a great death ward on the high ground. Borrow time is triggered up, so he's not going to be going down quite yet. Trying to land a couple of right clicks. There's Laguna onto Nusham, but the death ward has already done its work. They're trying to bring down one. He gets lassoed up. Borrow time is up, but the Ancient is just dying to Shivy. In the meantime, Ifrit going to go down here, and is the throne going to be falling? It looks like Shivy might be able to bring it down, but now Flying Zebra is stuck up on the high ground. Looks like he might have forced himself up there. Smash, or maybe Smash dragged him up, but now Flying Zebra going ham. But Shivy's in the base, getting kill after kill after kill, and the throne is dead. What a weird way to end this game. What's just happened?
I don't even know, man. That was the best comeback you could possibly hope for. Just 5 buybacks coming out from the Dire team, man. That's gotta hurt. And they did every single thing they could to really bring them down. They kited the troll in the team fights. They always stopped the death ward. They managed to take down Shibby. They had a really good AoE combination onto like 3 or 4 heroes at the end. And it wasn't enough just because of all the buybacks coming out from Leviathan, as well as that Coconut. I think that Coconut kind of sealed the deal. It really did win them the game from Nusham at the end.
And it sure does. Well, you guys are watching the Dota 2 Canada Cup Best of 3. Leviathan take game number 1 against Not Today here in the upper bracket. I'm What Is Hip from High Ground TV. With me, joining me tonight for the broadcast is Alan at Ryubora's Dota. You can find him on Twitter. Bug him on Twitter. Tell him how much he looks like Matt Damon.
Woohoo!
I'm glad you've embraced it. We'll be back soon for the next game. Game number 2 of Leviathan versus Not Today here in the Dota 2 Canada Cup.
G2A.com, the best video game store ever! Fast as lightning, solid as a rock, cheap as duck! What's more, you can sell on it because it's also a marketplace. Remember G2A.com, the best video game store ever!
A desktop is the most powerful weapon for playing games. It has the latest graphics cards, the best components, can be upgraded at any time, and supports the usage of multiple displays. But what if we told you that we have a revolutionary gaming system which has all that, but uses less power? Protects your eyes from eye strain, has the best speakers, plus the fastest internet connectivity when playing online games, and can even be controlled by just touching it with your fingers. The MSI AG270 Gaming All-in-One PC. Let the games begin.
Yes, you're very quite tough, always having bad luck. You think you're going crazy, look up, there's a new life waiting. Your head's buried in the sand, you've been dealt the wrong hand. Can't imagine how you feel, only you know that it's real. Don't look back, just carry on, carry on, carry on. Don't look back, just carry on, carry on, carry on. Because you are stronger. Yes, you are stronger. always having bad luck. You think you're going crazy. Look up, there's a new life waiting. Your head's buried in the sand. You've been dealt the wrong hand. Can't imagine how you feel. Only you know that it's real. Don't look back, just carry on, carry on, carry on. Don't look back, just carry on, carry on, carry on. Because you are stronger. Yes, you are stronger. Because you are stronger.
Welcome back to the Dota 2 Canada Cup here on twitch.tv/Dota2 Canada Cup, brought to you by SteelSeries, MSI, Xfire, and G2A. I'm What Is Hip from High Ground TV. With me tonight, a longtime friend, movie star Matt Damon, aka Ryu Borez, here for Leviathan versus Not Today. Game number 2 in the upper bracket. Leviathan win this one. Not Today will be going home. Well, going home to the lower bracket, which we have recently added with some best of ones. But like I said, I'm not alone. Matt Damon, what's going on, buddy?
Doing great, man. Let's do this. Round 2. And
Leviathan have Quav and Spearbreaker once again.
Yeah, Quav is definitely a strong pick in this patch. I'd say because of where we go to any lane, and Spearbreaker can go for the off lane or the support role. Either way, you just have, it feels like you're having that treant, kind of like the new tree, right? So you can be everywhere on the map, either with the living armor or the charge, and you have this great ultimate and the Bass chance. So what Not Today is going to be picking up here, picking a AA. That could be a global strategy. I would think maybe Zeus. Viper instead.
Dire team ban.
The Viper was a very good performer for them in the last game. I think.
Yeah, but
you'd have to.
It didn't do that good against Quap though.
That's true.
It was about even. I think Quap does.
Quap did. I think Viper did a little bit better in CS, but Quap got a lot more kills early. Was out of lane quite a bit.
Remaining.
ganking.
And yeah, like I
5
said,
seconds
the
remaining.
Shadow Strike does work for the first tick of the Viper Strike, but then it doesn't
Reserve
refresh. It
time.
might be the second tick, but still, there's 5 instances, and it only lasts for the first one, maybe the second one. But
Radiant
then after
team
that,
ban.
it's pretty good. So leveling up Shadow Strike to level 2 is definitely worth it, I think, and it can harass the Viper out of lane pretty easily, considering I talked about the rune control from Queen of Pain, easy blink dagger over there, and there's no way Viper can even control that. So if I want to see
Dire
Viper, I kind
team
of want to see it in
ban.
the safe lane, honestly. I want to find a way for them to really roam. Right now,
Radiant
we saw it
team
last
ban.
game. Sure, they had some great pickoff potential, but this could be another stunless game for Not Today. I mean, they had the Yules from Lena set up, and they had the lasso. That's about it, really. You can't really count Disruptor's
10
disruption
seconds
as a
remaining.
stun, in my
Yeah,
opinion. 'cause they use it
normally they were using it
defensive.
defensively. Yeah,
5 seconds
like you were
remaining.
getting to. There were some fantastic disruptions in that game,
Yep.
though. I mean, there were some fight-winning
Reserve
disruptions
time.
for sure. And
Defensive Dota, man.
definitely not. I mean, that's definitely an ability that you really have to be comfortable with playing with. You know, like with your team having it ready as well. It just sometimes it can go horribly wrong. But Misco did a great job in the last game.
Be interesting to see what they're going to go for. I think Lion is pretty good. I think Leviathan should really ban it out. Unless they're going to pick it from themselves. Leave it in.
Storm Spirit is banned out once again. Or, well, not once again, but banned out. I'm losing my mind. I think is what's
Okay,
happening.
man. It's okay. It's. I was talking about this before the game. I was just watching. No, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say everyone. Okay, never. So back to the draft here. Are they gonna pick Leviathan? Honestly, I think Not Today are gonna pick Lion. So
Yeah,
really-
Lion is still in the draft, and that's definitely noticeable. I mean, Lion has been very, very
It's the
high up in the
best-
pick order.
10
Yeah,
seconds
there we go.
yeah. Not.
Dire team
If not to just deny it from Not Today's side, really good. And I keep on thinking about Not Today and saying not and trying not to say not. I'm getting kind of frustrated here, Greg. I'm really trying not to say not anymore, but it's not working out.
It's not
And
working
I said
out.
it 3 times there. I said it 3 times and I couldn't say anything else.
You're really trying not to say not today, but
10 seconds remaining.
it's not
I'm
working.
trying not to say not.
Five
It's epic.
seconds remaining.
It's epic. Why does everyone think I sound like Fear? You know, while we're in the draft, we're going to talk about this.
Your fear.
Like, do I actually sound like Fear? Is that a real? Are you like? Is that a real thing? Do I sound like Fear to you, Alan?
No.
Yeah, not at all. I think the people they've just never heard Fear actually talk. I don't sound like Fear.
You're older than fear.
That's not even close to true.
Got him.
Also, Fear has a Mercedes. I don't have one.
Ooh, someone's jelly.
Yeah. Apparently, every tick counts unless it's only 2K range. Unless he's over 2K range.
Okay.
So you're just an idiot.
That's good to know.
There you go.
10
There's the information
seconds
from the chat.
remaining.
Thank you,
Shout
chat.
out to Bonk Dota. Big fan of the word bonk as well. I think that's a good one. Up there
Radiant
with
team
Donk.
pick.
And
2000 range is very far though. I don't know if
2000
that's
range is very far.
I don't know if that's exactly accurate because he was on one hill and he was on the
like
other
going
hill.
towards the other rune though.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh god, I dropped my chapstick.
All right. Well, Clark here. This is
Take it over,
still
Alan.
very, very, very.
10 seconds
It's just
remaining.
really weird. They still don't have any lockdown, and it's
5
and it's
seconds
troubling.
remaining.
Troubling.
I mean, it
Ain't
felt like
talking
that was
about- I'm just
definitely a
done.
problem with. We can't both quit, Alan. One of
Reserve
us
time.
have to not quit, and I vote for you, and my vote counts as 2. So
No, you're gonna carry this cast, dude. I'm just gonna be the Merlini this time. I'm just gonna put my input in for 5-10 seconds, and then I'm done.
what?
Yep.
No, that's not how this works. It's not how this works. All right, how about this? Tell me right now what Leviathan are going to pick. All right, well,
Could have called that. Nailed
Dire
it.
team pick.
So why don't you like the Slark? Can you elaborate? Oh, baby, they're ready for 6.84.
Radiant team ban.
Yeah, this hero is very fun in 6.84. 6.83, he can definitely do a lot of things. No balling in with Slark could be really funny. That is a good, reliable lockdown. Something along the lines of like a lion. Now he has the walrus punch as well as a snowball. But the reason why I didn't like Slark there is because you could always pick it up later as your 4th pick, and you just needed to get another disabler out before, and I don't know. It's good for it's not really good against Queen of Pain or Lion, because once you get that Hex, once you get those Blink Daggers, and the Sonic Wave still goes through the Shadow Dance, as well as the Earth Spike can go on the ground. Now that you have the Light Striker Ray, they have a lot of ways to really deal with the Slark if he doesn't have a BKB. So,
well,
by his sphere
my point to say that I'm not feared really just backfired on me, and we lost. Phantom Lancer's banned out here. Centaur as well. They really are getting ready for 6.84. Do you think Centaur is going to be as good as everyone thinks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Broken.
Yeah, it seems pretty good.
I mean, you just put him in the safe lane, free farm too, and you can go aggro or dual lanes, and
10 seconds.
He's really hard to kill. You can get return at level 1, one of the strongest level 1 heroes to fight against in that safe lane. So I don't know, man. I just think that Ags particular is the best Ags upgrade in the game by far. Like it doesn't even compare to.
It seems pretty good.
There's nothing. Like there's nothing that even compares to that. How do you compete with 70% magic, or no, 70% overall damage? It's like a free Kunkka ship for 5 seconds, and then you get a free Bat Rider for 5 people. What is this?
Seems pretty good. Well, I could counter that and say, what about Alchemist? Because he can buy it for you.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you think Alch's going to be good?
Honestly, I see a lot of people doing that, right? You get 4 Ags upgraded heroes, and then Alchemist just farms for the rest of the game.
40 minutes, and then you're in.
Kind of funny. It
sounds like engaging gameplay to me. I can't wait. I cannot wait for that.
For your Alchemist to stay in the jungle for 30 minutes?
Yep, that sounds so awesome.
Yeah,
Speaking of staying in the jungle for 30 minutes, Anti-Mage picked up here for Leviathan. Their hard carry. Lanes look very clear. Tri-lane in the safe lane. Spirit Breaker in the off lane. Quap in the mid lane. And Wind Ranger is picked up for not today for Smash.
Yeah, that should have probably been his hero last game. I don't think Bat Rider should have been his hero, and well, it's not looking good for not today's draft. Once again, I'm saying, for the sole purpose of, like, okay, the only thing they really have to lock down the anti-mage is going to be shackle shots, maybe the tusk with roams here and there, but still, this anti-mage should having free farm. Not today. Going to be kind of pressured, right? So you're going to have the Viper getting the fast mechanism, Slark wanting to help out in the team fights early. Is he going to go for that Midas, or is he going to go for, hey, we're going to try to control? But still, Smash needs to have an Ag Scepter. They need to find a way to really kill Roshans. That's another problem that they're having, and they need to find ways to take towers. So it's kind of like all on Smash right now with his focus fire.
Battle.
Feels like they really do objectives in this game.
Well, you heard it from Alan. We're heading into game number 2. Not today, down 1-0 to Leviathan. The NA Rising Stars, hailing from Florida. But some introductions. Not today. It's going to be Van on the Slark. Smash on the Wind Ranger. Stinger is going to be playing the Tusk. I like Tusk. I'm excited to see a Tusk game. Let's see how it goes. They smoke up Ifrit on the Viper, and I'm missing someone. It's Misko. He's going to be on the Ancient Apparition.
Yeah, the best part is they can't really kill this anti-mage even if they find him. Ooh.
Unless
they have vision.
Yeah, there's like no way. Even if he gets shackled, I think there's maybe if he gets shackled, they can string together some stuns, but I don't know. I don't think so. I think he should be okay. Is that really the default animage? That is not the default animage. He swapped, but now he's gonna get charged in on by the Tusk, and he's gone.
Oh, no stun Dota. Ah.
Some introductions for Team Leviathan is going to be Shibby on the Lina. Jenkins this time around, actually, on the Queen of Pain. Flying Zebra is going to be on the Lion. Nusham on the Spirit Breaker. And Shredder is going to be on the Anti-Mage.
Ready to burn.
So put in this position, they're going to be running an aggro tri-lane, which is really weird. Ban is going to be... What is this? You're going to leave a Slark against... Like, you're leaving a Slark against a Spirit Breaker once again. Not going to be fun times. And I guess they will shut down Shredder, but... I mean, we saw Jenkins well, this is weird because Jenkins is not playing it.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening, dude. There's some weird things going
Breaker.
on. Okay, that explains it. Jenkins going to be farming up. Well, it's still boots first, though, so Nusham can still play aggressive here for the first couple of minutes. But Jenkins is going to be on the Queen of Pain, farming up in the off lane, and Shibby is going to be farming with Melina this time around. So they actually defy expectations, completely swap it up from the last game, make me look very stupid. Tusk. Snowball is not going to make it.
But they still got that harassment.
Going to take a lot of, yeah, that's a lot of pain. That's the chilling touch.
Yep, probably as cold as Greg's heart. So well played from him. Just getting his name out there on the board. And it's kind of interesting seeing the Lina in the mid lane once again. I love this hero in the mid lane. I think it's kind of overpowered-esque. And especially against a Viper, I think it's really good. Yeah,
Viper is definitely going to be struggling in this lane. He already has a level in corrosive skin, but Lina can just do even a lot of right-click damage, especially with this 1-1-1 build. You have the early level in Fiery Soul to just be able to put out some right-clicks here. So looking forward to seeing how this lane actually ends up working out. But, I mean, I think you're right. Lina should do just fine in this lane or maybe even excel.
It doesn't even need to go for those fast tangos just because of how much mana pool. And getting her bottle soon. So meanwhile on the top lane we've got the Fan pulling here. He's up to a decent amount of CS, I would say. This is a lot considering what he was put in. And having 7 CS right now is pretty amazing. He could have he can pull this again if he wants to. Opting just for this range creep. No, it's not worth it, Van. Don't do it. Still.
Well, the one thing I do want to point out here in the bottom lane, Shredder not doing too well on CS, has picked himself up a Quelling Blade. Will help him if he can get near the creeps, but Smash is up to 14 CS, getting everything they want. Misko does run into Flying Zebra, but with a haste rune, he should be just fine here. Just going to try to put out some damage on Flying Zebra, get a couple chilling touch hits and make him use all his regen.
Both mid lanes have the bottle now. And they both are going to be using the courier. Poor courier's backs are going to get broken here.
So slow.
Long haul.
I'm just going to, for a minute, let's just back up and take a look at this. I mean, it's an empty bottle making the courier slower. That makes no sense. But bottom lane, there is a little bit of a fight here. Shredder is going to get shackled up and still manages to blink away. Has a salve as well, but that's what happens. He tries to get a couple of last hits and slap back by Wind Ranger, who is up to 17. He is at 4. So Shredder really struggling here. Now the creeps under the tower. Maybe they'll have a little bit more luck, but now Flying Zebra is the one who's getting targeted. Snowball down. Smash going to bring him down. Shredder does have the blink, so he should be fine here, but he just cannot catch a break.
Yeah, and, well, it's very interesting this happening too. Spearbreaker did decide to go charge for the bottom lane, not charging mid. And that's going to be less pressure onto the Viper, I would have to say. And if they have a Spearbreaker charge right now, feeling Ifrit.
And Ifrit is actually doing very well in this mid lane. Lina kind of holding her own.
Hey, Lina's kind of getting crushed a bit here. I think I'm maxing the corrosive skin. He built. I think if she had, if DMX Nether Toxin on Ifrit, he'd be losing. Just it wouldn't be losing. He'd be about even here. So Ifrit gonna be getting that bounty rune. That's his level 6. Pop it. Oh yeah. And can he have any rotations now? Maybe do they have any smokes? Still boots on Stinger. He could potentially walk over here.
Lina not quite in the level 6 area yet, but does have a double damage rune followed up. So maybe a little bit of aggression here, and in comes the Spirit Breaker. under for Lena. Gonna pop off that double damage rune, and they are really stretching for this one. Are they gonna actually go for it? Yes, they are. Nusham landing, but the light strike array is gonna miss, and that's almost gonna guarantee. Oh, but the double damage rune does so much damage, and he was just a couple of clicks away from taking down Ifrit. And now I think Shibi actually is the one who needs to be a little bit careful here. A couple right clicks could do a lot of damage to him. And in the bottom lane,
double kill.
Oh, double kill. Misko very close to going down. Jenkins is going to get that one, but is Smash going to get the triple? In comes Nusham. Going to try to keep him from doing so. But oh god, Jenkins, one right click, going to go down. Does buy up a TP before going down, and now Smash going for a... Oh, is he going to get an ultra kill? One right click shoots the light strike array, and I do believe he's going to bring down Shibi. It's going to be so close when the phase boots are up 1 second, but an impale. No, that's going to keep him from getting that ultra kill, and Smash is off to an amazing start here. 4-0, 22 CS.
Definitely carrying the load, and that's what you need, right? That frees up space for the Slark to be free farming top lane. Viper's going to be having a fast mechanism at this rate. And yeah, just all their lanes are kind of winning, and they're shutting down the anti-mage. That's the biggest factor too. So really well played, but you got to charge on the top lane. Jenkins is, wow, surprising how
only
much.
Level 4. Van's going to take some damage here. There is no ultimate. Van might actually just be dead here. In comes his Spirit Breaker charge, gets right click down. A little bit irresponsible, I feel like, from the Slark. Just trying. I guess he was just trying to get that level 6. You know, it just didn't work out.
And look at this vision coming in from Dire side at the bottom lane. This is, oh my god, that's a sentry ward dropped and 2 wards killed right now. Yeah, we're gonna have eyes on you all the time. And Smash, I like what he did, right? Normally you want to get the level 2 shackle shot here. Definitely need to hold in. And
Shredder might be in some trouble. He just blinked. If they can find a way to latch a shackle shot, there it is. 6 seconds to blink. Not sure Shredder's going to get the opportunity. Brought down again by Smash. At least they get a trade kill, though. Jenkins darts forward, takes down the Tusk. But trading an AM for a Tusk does not feel like a trade you want to make.
Yeah, and it's kind of bad that he rotated too, because that's less pressure now put on the Slark.
Yeah, and the Slark's just going to farm away now.
Yeah, Quap has done a lot of these rotations. This just frees up so much space for Van to catch up. I don't really agree with these rotations, honestly.
Radiant's top tower
because, yeah, you could be shutting down the Slark, even though your AM's getting shut down. Still, you want to be making sure that at least one of the enemies is. And you get free farm, right? So if your Quap is free farming, and the way you catch back up is by getting, you know, that fast Ags, that fast Yules, or whatever you want to get to help your team out and get these kills later on. I don't think rotating in this early game is what you really want to be doing.
Yeah, now Van is just farming away in the top lane, putting pressure on the tower. Bottom lane, the heroes have grouped up once again. Shredder just trying to find some semblance of CS. Very, very behind here, closing in on 8 minutes. Only 20 CS for him. And now Ifrit going to be the one who takes some damage as he gets charged into. He's going to get bashed up. Light Strike Raid, Laguna Blade as well. And now Ifrit, despite having those levels in corrosive skin, that's not enough to keep him alive. Misko looking like he might go down as well. Does juke the stun from the Light Strike Array. Double kill for Shibi. There's the snowball. That's going to stop Shibi. He's going to get right click down in the end. But now Smash picking one up on Flying Zebra. I think Nujum's going to go down here as well. And Not Today are just getting a bunch of kills.
Yeah, nice rotation this time from Van. And that Lion not taking that haste rune definitely cost him. Smash was easily denied it there, and getting very worrisome here from Leviathan's side. Even though the score says 6 and 8,
yeah, I mean,
they're still not getting too much.
The AM is just getting really nothing. He is so far down on the net worth. Wind Ranger can do a lot of damage when you get this build online. The Slasher's Way. How do you pronounce it? Slasher? Help. All right, Alan.
Nope.
All right, fine.
What are you talking about? Oh, you're confusing me, dude.
The Windrunner build, like that guy who does all the builds. Slasher.
I don't know.
Are you serious, dude?
I don't watch YouTube videos for that.
Dude, it's the build for Windrunner. The Aghanim's build.
Oh, I see what you're saying. What everybody was.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know the name though. I forgot it too,
you
man.
You suck.
Whatever.
Why are you even here?
Okay, I don't need this. It's the Slasher. It's Slasher though.
Slasher? All right, whatever.
I'm just giving you crap, even though I know what it is.
You're the worst. You are the worst.
I play dumb.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, no, I honestly didn't. I had no idea what you were referencing because I was thinking about something else.
You're just drifting to 6.84.
I was.
You're disgusting.
No, I was thinking about top lane and how the charge wasn't gonna work out. But.
Yeah, he dark packed it and he just stopped the charge. Did not work out. Bounty rune for the Viper, who's going to be going for the mech once again. And Ifrit did make some very, very, very good use of that mechanism. So we'll see if it's as good this time around.
And when you have an anti-mage farming in the jungle right now without a battle fury,
you know that, that the game is rough.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Lane, they do get Ifrit. That's the very tail end of that one.
The worst part is that anti-mage is not like a troll. It's not another hero where he can buy.
Flying Zebra is in so much trouble. Smash is going to come in. That was a really, really great air spike to keep him alive, at least for the moment. But in comes the shackle shot, the power shot as well, and Smash brings down one. Lion dead. Now, I mean, Van has just been farming this whole time. He's going to leap away. Do you think he's going for a Midas this game? He does see Nusham coming in. And there gets off the Shadow Dance. The Dark Pact as well. And whiffs on the ulti so close to bring him down. The Nether Strike's not going to get off. And Van gets the Spirit Breaker kill. Very, very close to cleaning up Van, I feel like, with that Sonic Wave, but just a little bit misses.
Dire's middle tower
not
is
quite.
under attack.
Yep. You gotta hit him. Can't target him anymore, as we've seen. That's for a long time now.
God, the chat's saying salsa. I quit. We lost.
Salsa?
Salsa's way. I'm gonna call it that. Sulfur's way. We're done here.
Yeah, just do PJ Salt way.
PJ Salt way. Nusham is charging in on bottom lane. They would like to do some damage here to Smash, but people spelling the name does not help. Thank you, chat. And is that an Aghanims done? Yes, it is. 12 minutes, Aghanims done for Smash. And now when he picks up like a Chrysalis, he is going to be doing so much damage. And Smash is just destroying this game. 7-0.
I'm blaming Greg for this, right? He's making me focus more on chat than the game. Go away, Greg. Go away. Stop. Stop it. Bad Greg. This scout could be caught out here. He's going to be placing a ward here. Oh, no. He's going to place it there. But he's level 5 here. At 12 minutes into the game, it's too bad, I want to say. But he should have went middle lane, maybe let Viper go somewhere else. And I think AA should have probably been 6 probably yet.
I mean, this is not like the AA is not just like farming, getting a Midas, farming more. This is a rough game. And it's a rough game for Shredder as well, who is he is actually jungling right now.
Bottom lane, Flying Zebra, gonna be taken out, probably. TP rotation.
But Jenkins is coming in. Shadow Dance is available. He gets it off. Jenkins does not have Sonic Wave for 11 seconds, and that's gonna be enough to bring down the Lion. But now Van perhaps gonna be stuck. He does have a Dark Pact here, but no HP, brought down in the end by Jenkins.
That's a killing spree. That's a lot of gold, 400 actual gold. Yeah, 530 gold going the way of Quap there. That's going to be a fast Ags, it feels like, from Quap here. Jenkins is going to be doing a relatively good job after, TP rotating too much early game. And Chibi, how's he looking on his Yules? Needs one more component.
Nope, he has it. It was just hiding on the Poon
They
Destroyer.
really do like, no, that was not today, last.
Yeah. And
never mind.
I think the mechanism is done for Ifrit. It is indeed coming out on the courier. So there's the mechanism done here at 14 minutes. That'll give them that ability to group up a little bit more and just try to get a little bit of an advantage by taking down towers, furthering the very small gold lead that they do have, taking advantage of the fact that Shredder can do absolutely nothing about any of this, save for an incredibly lucky Mana Void onto like Wind Ranger, which, I mean, I think the last game I cast, the AM had nothing. TP do a fight and then got an ultra kill off of a Mana Void, so it can happen. Especially, that's a lot of mana, 840.
I agree, and they have a lot of the catch-up tool mechanics, right? You have the Queen of Pain to stall out the game. You have the Lina, who has the Yules, who has the Dragon Slave. So pushing is going to be really hard for Not Today, and they're going to be charging on the top lane.
Yeah, he's going to be in some trouble here, I think. In comes Nusham, closing the distance quickly. I think he just wants to save the ulti here, and easily going to be able to do that. TP is coming in. Nether Strike does have quite a long cooldown on level 1, 80 seconds, so I think if you can avoid it, you do not want to use it. They saved that one, and now in comes Van. He knows he's pretty much invincible with this Shadow Dance. Jukes around the Lion, taking him down. And Jenkins, we'll see if he's able to make it out of this one. He should be fine, but nope, there's a Tusk. Snowball coming in. He does leap out of the way. Oh, God, the Ice Shards misses. And he makes it out. Ice Shards doesn't stop TP, right? It just shoves you over to the left and you just TP a little bit to the left.
So stuns, Greg.
So awkward.
Yeah, he would have to get really up close and personal with that Walrus Punch. And yeah, I would say support for support, but still making space for the anti-mage and making them TP around. That's what they want to do. All of a sudden,
so poor.
AM.
He's getting there, though.
Yeah, he just needs 1,400 more.
Yeah. I mean, once he gets that Battle Fury, he'll have a real chance at farming back into this one. I mean, obviously, the anti-mage with the Battle Fury, one of the fastest farmers in the earlier parts of the game. So I mean, there is still a very solid chance for Leviathan. I mean, I feel like they're keeping the losses under control. They're barely down in gold, barely down in XP, have only lost one tower despite the fact that the Viper bought the mech a couple of minutes ago. So I think Not Today need to put a little bit more emphasis there. Here we go. They're going to do it right now. They're going to try to get a smoke pick off, transition into some tower pushes, make it happen. I think they were aiming to kill Shredder here. He won't really lose a lot of gold, but they're just hunting through the jungle. They're looking for anyone. Shibi could be a good target as well. 1,500 gold in the bank for him. Now they're going to run into Jenkins. He gets Viper Strike. In comes the Snowball. Van on the backside. The Yule's going to save Jenkins at least for the moment. And is that going to be enough? Now he gets brought down by Van. In comes the AA ulti. That's going to bring Flying Zebra very close to dead. And Van is going to finish that one up. Now Nusham is stuck, shackled up. He gets brought down by Smash. And 3 are dead. That's a catastrophe for Leviathan. They were keeping it even, but now they're going to lose another tower after losing 3 heroes. That's a big net worth swing in favor of Not Today.
Yeah, nice wraparound coming there, and the only reason why Quap didn't die is because Smash got used up in the air and was getting gone on by Lina.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Really well played there, and they didn't have the lockdown for Quap, but all they have to do is just clean up with the nice Blink Dagger pickup from Slarkin. And I'm kind of liking it. I feel like Smash should go for a Blink Dagger too. They really need to find a gap closers here. And with this Ags now in effect, they can do Roshans pretty easily here. So that's what I was talking about before, getting that early lead, getting these objectives, that tier 1, now getting this Roshan, and pretty good now.
And it looks like they are going to be taking down this Roshan uncontested. No one to stop them. Smash is nearing that point where he could pick up a Blink Dagger, and it is going to be a Blink Dagger, so you're spot on with that one. Smash going to be assisting with Gap Closer. Obviously, Shackle Shot, much easier to line up once you get that Blink Dagger as well. So it does make it a lot easier to initiate these team fights with a really solid Shackle. If you can get a 2-man Shackle, it's actually just fight breaking sometimes. So we'll see how it continues on here. Shivy is going to be going for an Aghanim Scepter. No surprises there. Still quite a ways away unless he's got some pieces hiding. No, he does not. Shredder has his Battle Fury. Finally, 18 minutes. This is honestly around the time when you want to be getting a Manta, but now he's going to be really accelerating on this farm. And if Leviathan can keep the losses under control over the next 10 minutes, they're going to have a really good chance at battling back into this one. But I don't think Not Today are really going to let them do that with all of these aggressive Blink Daggers. Pretty clear to me, at least, they have a medallion as well from Stinger that they're just going to try to use physical damage to blow through all these heroes and just take down towers with the Aghanims from the Windrunner.
Bottom lane, Lina's going to get Laguna. Nope, doesn't even need it. He was trying to ward aggressively here coming in from Miscal, but scouted out by the Lina. Very unfortunate there, but yeah, as you're saying, they're going to be doing the rotations now that they have the Aegis online, going to be taking the tier 1 top, probably the tier 2 as well, but let's see what Leviathan can get out of it, if they can get any trades. They are pushing the bottom lane with Lina. Up the lane.
And Van is hunting right now, has an Invis rune. They find Jenkins, but I think he's looking for another target. We'll find out.
Radiant's
Turning it
top
back
tower
around.
has fallen.
In comes the snowball. They're going to try to figure out a way to do this, but actually so hard. But he blinks forward. Going to catch Jenkins. There's the shadow dance. And in the end,
That ain't
Tusk is
hard
able
at
to
all.
nice try to down enough. Yeah, they just wait for him to blink and then blink after him, take him down. Well played by Van.
Dire's bottom tower
Bottom lane.
is under attack.
They're gonna get a tier 1 tower. Fortify is gone, but still.
They're going to lose
tower.
the tier 2 for it, for sure. Smash going to work now with the focus fire up to level 2. Barely any damage reduction now, and it is going to be a Chrysalis next. No surprises. Ifrit going for the Yasha on the Viper.
He's gonna get double phase boots, dude.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Double
that
phase
you can-
boots.
Did you know that you can use 2 phase boots at once?
No, Alan, I did not know that.
Yeah, because it's a lie, dude. I'm just testing everyone. And chat's gonna flame the hell out of me if they know that, but the people who don't know, it's gonna be funny. Like, really, you can? Oh, I gotta go try that.
Jesus Christ. Slark is going to be going for an Orchid this game, which I actually really like, considering how late the Animage is going to be on the Manta style, and it looks like he's actually going to be going for Vlad's. This Orchid could be really sick and give them a huge
I'm going
advantage.
4-staff, man.
Jesus
talking
Christ,
about?
you're just
You
trolling.
can't call
I
it
can't
right
even
ends at
handle
all.
you. I can't handle you right now, Alan.
No,
I
you
didn't
have
sign
to.
up for this.
You need to get the Vlads just to be off on your
Split
own.
push, yeah.
I don't know, man. Honestly, I think he has to fight like now, and the only way to fight is having that Manta style. But
I mean, yeah, their bases are just getting picked apart by the focus fire. So I don't know, man. I don't know if this is going to work out, but Shredder is in this for the long haul, going to try to farm this one out.
yep, he committed there, and he's bringing his Vlads now.
Yeah.
Oh, Orchid on Slark already complete in
Yeah, that's scary.
about 200 gold. So he's probably selling. Yeah, he's gonna sell his bottle, and he'll have it then.
That's
and
very
with
scary.
AM being so far behind, it's
Yeah, he's just going to get picked off repeatedly. There's just nothing he can do once he does get Orchided at this point. And he's so far away from that Mana style.
Dire's top tower is
You got to feel for him.
Dire's middle tower has been denied.
He's getting a free tier 2
Dire's
tower.
structures are fortified.
Or is he?
Or is he? I think he is.
Dire's
Slark
top tower
does
is under
still not
attack.
have that Orchid so close. He's not going for this. He's very afraid. Shredder, yeah, I know you want that gold, man.
You know, the worst part is he could have gotten it, but now he can't get it because he's gonna die. But
Orchid
he's
is
gonna back
completed.
off.
It looks like Shredder is aware that this Slark probably does
Dire's
have
top tower
the
is
Orchid.
under
In comes the
attack.
ulti. Last time he blinked away right afterwards, but no, in comes Van. The blink combo, very scary, and Shredder just barely gonna make it out and dies
Oh,
in
the
the
AA
fountain.
blast.
Shattered up.
Radiant's bottom tower has
I
fallen.
think the soul burn really brought him down there into shattering, and that's very unfortunate for Shredder. And that spells a huge mess for the next couple of minutes, because he is just gonna have
That's
to
high
farm
ground.
so safely.
That's high ground. I would definitely go high ground. All their lanes are being pushed out. They still have the Aegis. Oh, it's just being reclaimed right now. So they don't have that.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
But
attack.
yeah, that's the best opportunity they can hope for, right? Maybe wait for the next Roshan and then go high ground. They're kind of pressing it here. They have a gym. Who is the gym for? They have a just a guess for just dewarding.
Dewarding.
purposes.
You can just see them, and oh, Van is going in
Radiant's
deep.
bottom
He makes it
tower
out.
is under attack.
Charge is canceled. Focus fire used up on the tower, and Smash going to go to work from the low ground. Does need to be careful here of Shibi, who can blow him up fairly easily. It looks like they are going to back up.
As long as they keep pressuring this anti-mage and keeping him shut down and waiting for the next Roshan, then they're doing a good job. So it's up to Shredder to really not get picked off. This next 5 minutes is all on him and what he can accomplish.
Yeah.
Else this game is going to be
He needs
over.
to stay safe, otherwise they're just going to lose. He needs to figure out a way to get that Mana style, I think. Oh, they use the Orchid on Jenkins, and well, he's going to die, but at least it's not the Anti-Mage going down.
Right. I think a worthy sacrifice. So with this Orchid pickup now, you're going to be seeing Queen of Pain needing to get a BKB or Yule Scepter. I mean, Yule Scepter is sometimes a poor man's BKB, but
That's a very poor man's BKB.
That doesn't give you any stats for HP.
Yeah,
and it's just
maybe gets you out of a sticky situation. That's about it. Shredder up to 1,000 gold now, still so far away from that much needed Manta style after a really smart item choice from Van. I mean, the Blink Orchid combo gives him some great initiation onto the AM and really just makes it so he has to farm so safely.
We haven't talked too much about Ifrit in a while here. He picked up his Sange and Yasha a little bit back. And probably his next item, most likely a Heart or a BKB. One of the two I could see.
Just
definitely needs to tank up a
Looks
little
like it's
bit
going
more.
to be a BKB. He has an Ogre Clump on the courier, so that's the choice for him, and not a big surprise. Smash does have the Chrysalis, and we can just assume he's going to be building damage here for a little bit. He wants to be able to use Focus Fire on someone and just get some crit procs and absolutely blow them up. And, I mean, if you shackle 2 heroes, you can easily kill one of them within that Focus Fire with just a few lucky procs, so Smash going to be looking to put out the damage and has had an extremely dominant game thus far. 8-0. The net worth shows it. Van as well, topping the charts, and then Shibby. And now Animage has worked his way back up slowly, but it has certainly taken a while.
And once again, this game we saw how Leviathan last game they decided to go heads up, and Jenkins was able to pull out that amazing Spear Breaker place and really carry them past the laning stage. But this time, nobody was that carrying factor. Nobody really helped out. Sure, Quap tried, but it really wasn't enough. And now you can see that they're on the back foot because of not having enough pressure, really. It feels like, I mean, the Queen of Pain could have a lot more farm, it feels like, for me, but still, they're in this situation now. What can they do to change it? And that's trying to find a pick off here.
Trying to get a massive smoke gank, but there is no one here, and they do not blow any spells on the illusions, and now they actually might find Ifrit. Shibby is going to find him. Are they going to have enough to bring him down? He does have a lot of HP, plus the mech foot blown up immediately. Lion gets the finger of death. Down goes Ifrit. There's some money going in the banks of Leviathan, but still Shredder. He's getting closer.
That was a pretty obvious smoke gank. I'm surprised Ifrit was over there and they weren't really grouped up as a team. Kind of weird to me. What are you saying, Greg?
I was just saying Shredder is actually almost, he has a Yasha, so he's getting close.
Is Yasha going to save you from Van?
No. But Manta style will, so he's halfway there. You know, whoa, we're halfway there.
Halfway there.
I think I was gonna say I think that song is a little bit overrated, but I think really what it is just overplayed. You know, just too much.
Say that about any song, right?
I guess, yeah.
Like the biggest thing probably now is Uptown Funk You Up.
Yeah, that sounds. I like that song.
I do. That's probably where you started dancing from. So.
No, that was actually Taylor Swift. I'm not gonna lie. What's that song? Not Blank Space, the other one, the other catchy one.
I don't know, man. Go kiss yourself.
I don't know the name of it. 3 smoked up again for Leviathan. They do see the Animage. Man, oh wow, Shredder narrowly escapes that one, and now Ifrit looks like he's going to be the victim of the gank again. He's going to be hexed up, caught out, and Sonic Wave down. He does still have the mech. He is going to get it off, but is that going to enough to keep him alive? Viper Strikes him go through. No, it's not enough to keep him alive, but Van now coming through, takes down Flying Zebra. I don't think he's going to get anything else, but Smash does catch Shibby, who is definitely going to be going down here. Absolutely no hope for him, so they trade 2 for Viper. But they also do get some space for Shredder. I think that's, that you do have to consider that as well. They're just creating space with these ganks.
Right, and making the Slark TP up there is definitely worth it, as well as Smash. You need to have tabs with them at all times, but still, that goes to show you why you always want to blow all your ultis onto the Viper. Lena could have had her Eggs ulti and then immediately got out of there, but deciding to hold it for possibly another skirmish engage, and they were definitely paid for it with 2 lives because of that.
Van now up to 3,000 gold. What do you think the item is here? Could be something like a Basher. He could go straight for the Scotty. Any opinions?
I don't know. That's a good question. I think Butterfly is pretty good on him. BKB is, I think, needed. I think his next item has to be a BKB. What else is there? Scotty's not bad. Oh, they have a gem.
Yeah,
Jenkins.
Yeah, Jenkins is very, very close to going down there. Actually, unbelievably close. And
once again, just by a hair makes it out. Now Smash with the Daedalus is going to work on Roshan. I'm going to pick up that Aegis for himself. Thought maybe that was going to go the way of the Slark, but it's the Windrunner that picks it up in the end. And now Smash looking to continue his just relentless assault on this game. I don't know what else to call it. He has been going absolutely nuts. It's not even going to matter that this anti-mage is going to have a Manta style now. I mean, with this Aegis, with this...
Oh, wow. He just buys the Scotty. Okay.
This is so much
it seems like now they're just going to have too much HP to even get through this between the mech on Ifrit, now the Scotty on Slark. I don't really see how they're going to kill... How are they going to kill him? I mean, even Laguna, if he gets the Shadow Dance off, it'll be a disaster. You know?
Yeah.
They have to blow everything on him, and then, you know, what happens when the Viper just kills the rest of the team?
Leviathan's comeback mechanics are what you said earlier in the game. The big mana void and the dives. Because right now, not today, you have to dive. They have to dive with their they have 3 Blink Daggers, because that was a big pickup I want to talk about. Stinger has one as well. They really need to get in the base. And that could be a big problem. They could have gotten on Flying Zebra there.
Oh my god, Smash is dead. Gets Aghanim's Laguna, and in comes the A ulti. That's going to land on a couple. Van darts forward, trying to take down Flying Zebra. Is going to take him down. Van gets that one easily. And there is just, seems like nothing in the tank besides Shredder in the top lane trying to take a building of his own, but the melee barracks going down very quickly. Fortification already used. In comes the Spirit Breaker. Gets shackled to a creep. That's a disaster. Yule's off on, or Darkback's off the Yule's rather. Nether Strike. Nusham going for it, trying to take down Smash. For a second time, not able to do so. Up in the air is Jenkins. Now he is so close to going down, and Van gonna pick up another one on the Queen of Pain. Now Shibby maybe at risk here. Shredder has returned to the fight. He needs to get something big here. Something huge has to happen. Otherwise, they're gonna be in trouble. Now Van is gonna go down. That's gonna help out. There's the Mana Void. Does not get quite enough done. Shredder's dead, but a Laguna Blade gets a double kill. Ifrit has 13 HP, is able to go, or gets brought down rather by Jenkins, and now Stinger is the only one left in the area, hiding in the trees, has a Blink Dagger of his own, I suspect. He will make it out of this one. Maybe not. Shibby, very, very, very close. But in the end, it's a huge advantage for Leviathan. They got a huge gold swing out of that one. The AM does die. But in the end, like you mentioned, the melee barracks is still standing. It's going to regen on up. And all things considered, that could have gone much worse for Leviathan. Although they have, oh my god, the gold lead has gone out of hand in the last couple of minutes here.
Yeah, this is where the comebacks begin. But the stories, the legends, that's where they're born. I mean, they're so far behind, but definitely catching up here. Once they can get that BKB on Quap, that'll help a lot in these team fights. I think Gibby needs a BKB.
I would agree with that.
I think he needs to definitely have more mobility. Anti-Mage has his Manta style now in about 150 gold. Just a few more creeps here. 30 gold. Math is hard, man, but still, the Aegis went down, and that's more time bought for Leviathan. Unless they get caught out by a smoking, then it's pretty much game over, and Leviathan lose. So they still need to be very cautious. Need to still play very careful while doing the split push that they're doing right now. Redder, buy your Manta. I don't know why he's saving it.
Maybe he thinks he needs to buy back. I don't know. It seems like if the team's dead and he's the one that's okay. Tusk dies in the bottom lane. I mean, it feels like if he's buying back, they might have lost already. You know, if he dies, then maybe not. But Smash taking some damage here. Sorry, I don't know what just happened. My mouse just had a spasm. Fire Gurg.
You need to get a better mouse.
I like my mouse. Sometimes it does weird stuff though. It's a Logitech 502.
Yeah, I have the same one. The biggest thing that I'm trying to fix on it is the mouse sensitivity when you're scrolling on your mouse pad. That's the biggest thing because
what?
I forgot what that's called.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
All right, give me a second. Go do your stupid thing. Go cast.
Ifrit's farming up the ancients here, and he's actually gotten the overclub and then a reaver, so splits the difference between the BKB and the heart. Now Stinger pushing out the lanes here. And Shredder is just farming up top. He's saving for buyback.
Okay, I got it. It's surface tuning.
Oh.
So the biggest thing that's wrong with the Logitech 502 is the surface tuning for your mouse pad because it goes too fast and it doesn't adjust properly.
I don't know. I don't have that problem. Gonna be honest with you.
I have it.
Been destroying people in Counter-Strike with this thing. It's been great.
Oh, bottom lane. Somebody else is gonna get destroyed. Still destroyed. Let's see. One crit.
Oh, Jenkins.
Where's the next crit?
Oh, he's dead.
There's the next crit.
Van.
Free Jim.
Poor Van. Or not Van. Jenkins, whatever. He got orchided. That's all I could think about. He must be so sad. And now I think the barracks is gonna go down.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yep, no buyback for 3 minutes. There's nothing else to do besides split push.
Yeah, Shredder's just going to try to take a building of his own. They do get the top tower, so maybe Shredder can make something happen here. Has bought up the Monza style. And he might actually get this building. It's doing a lot of damage. The full Rax is dead, and they're going for 2 sets of Rax here. And darting forward, Spirit Breaker, Flying Zebra. Gonna go down, shackle shot onto Nusham. Shredder is still going at it on the top tower. The Spirit Breaker gets exploded immediately.
Dire's top barracks has
Spirit Breaker bought the Talisman of Evasion before he even charged the Ifrit. Still sheeped up here. Oh, Van. Well, nice shackle.
Van. But, oh, there's the Mana Void. It's not enough, and Shredder gonna try to make something happen here. There's the Ice Blast going in, and he's dead. Shibby has buyback, as does the Anti-Mage, but is that gonna be enough to save the game as Flying Zebra goes down? There's his fortification, and they're not buying back. Quap is coming back up now. Stribby is back up. Shredder is still not buying back. There, he finally pulls the trigger. 3 buildings are dead. They did get 2 of their own, so this could be much worse. And now they're going to try to get Ifrit on the way out. It looks like they are going to capture him and bring him down before he makes it home. Down he goes.
Kill the AA. He's got 2 gems. No, they could have kept chasing. No. Nope, that's 2 eyes. Now they're going to have 0. So still playing blind here, as well as Jenkins going to be dropping the deck here, dropping the ball, and Van is going to be getting out scot-free. Nope, Shibby's going to be here. Blink up in 2 seconds. The chase is on, baby. Chase is on. Nope, they caught him, and he should be stunned up here. We'll get Laguna to the face, brought down.
Dude, this actually is overall the entire engagement actually seemed pretty good for Leviathan.
Yep, they got Raxes. They only lost bottom Rax as well as the mid one, but still trading out when you have an anti-mage. You have the split push potential and the comebacks, so I think it's definitely worth it for them. And looking at the buybacks, that's the biggest thing right now. None for Slark, and none for Slark for not today's side. So they still have some capable from Smash, and speaking of Smash, he picked up that Lincoln Sphere.
Shibby has a refresher.
Wow, refresher? Well, refresher's not going to help him trying to lock down Smash now, though. And both of these cores are playing so, you know, ballsy without BKBs. Because Smash could possibly use one, Shibby could possibly use one. And instead, they're going to be going for the Lincoln Sphere, and Shibby has the Yule Scepter. Oh, shackle.
Oh, Shredder is stuck, but a great Yule's there. He's going to stop Smash for the moment. There's the Walrus push. But Shredder needs to try to make it out. Brought down his Wind Ranger, who gets absolutely blown up. Shredder makes it out with just no, he gets shattered in the end of the Ancient Apparition. Nusham now trying to charge, making it out of the fight just barely, but the AM goes down without buyback. However, Smash is dead for 60 seconds. Van is dead for 15.
Yeah, Smash just got smashed. I mean, that's all there is to happen to that. They need to find a way to lock down this Lina. And the only person who can really do that is the Tuskar. So Stinger needs to be going on to the Lina most of the time. If they can get her locked down, then it'll be a pretty easy time. Else, you're going to see that burst damage happen once again onto Smash. And as long as they can kill him, then I think they have enough tools because Slark right now, what does he have? He has a Blink Dagger, an Orchid, an Iascati, and he's going for a BKB now. So he's not doing too much damage. He only has 160 damage, so he doesn't have a big damage dealing item yet for himself as well.
The Dire going for the Roshan here with Cheese. They're going to try to end the game shortly afterwards. This is their attempt to put this one in the books, tie it up, bring it to a game number 3 here for Canada Cup. But the last couple high ground pushes honestly have not gone that well. So we'll see if it's enough. When is buyback back up for AM? Not for almost 4 minutes.
Yeah, and him being dead for that 85 seconds is probably the biggest thing to be talking about. No farm for him, no progression. Gonna have, I think he's buying an Abyssal Blade right now. Or not Abyssal, a Basher. He's not that rich.
Win one fight, maybe he will be. But the base pushing in, there was a little bit of split pushing happening as well, and that is going to force them to at least back up. Buy a little bit more time here. Maybe you get a buyback back up on the anti-mage. Maybe you get a backup on Shibi. Both of those things could easily help him win the next fight. Jenkins has picked himself up a BKB 10 seconds, but they're going to smoke up. They smell blood. They want to end this game without the anti-mage having buyback. It's going to be close. It's going to be tight. A lot of it's going to come down to execution. Can Shredder get off a big mana void? Can make big mana void? Can Shibi get off a big ulti? Yes, he is just... I don't know what he's doing. He's on an expedition at the moment.
Yeah, he's had some big ultis in the last team fights. Obviously, you never want to ulti the Viper. The biggest, you could say the X factor is how is Leviathan going to be bringing down the Viper, right? Most of the time, you just want to try to leave him for last, but if he's attacking your buildings, if he's on the high ground.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they're going to have to prioritize Smash. And now Shredder. Oh, no, that's not a good place to be stuck. Is he going to make it out? He did get the A ulti on him, but it looks like he's going to be okay. Now Stinger is totally out of mana to the AM illusions, and Shredder makes it out of the fight.
Smash was there. I mean, they could have maybe possibly brought down him, the anti-mage, but Smash was so scared of Lena blinking in, he just instantly ran away. Why go for the play if you're scared? It's, I guess, just making sure that they weren't all there, maybe baiting them out to bad position.
They're going to take down the range racks here pretty much for free. No contests. And Leviathan need to figure out a way to summon some defense here. Shredder is not split pushing. They're not really doing anything on the map right now besides pushing a little bit of creeps into the top lane to put some damage onto the tier 4. And that might be enough for the Dire to at least fake back. But are they going to reinitiate? Yes, they are. They're going to move forward onto Jenkins, who pops his BKB, not at the ideal time to be sure. And now Jenkins needs to try to figure out something here. They need to figure out a way to bring down Not Today, push them out of the base. Otherwise, they're going to be looking at the game number 3. And Not Today fighting just to stay in the upper bracket. But a very, very good showing in game number 2. Now looks like they're going to close in on the last set of racks here. The Sigil is going to go down. And we'll see if Leviathan can summon a defense.
Viper taking 0 damage right now. Got the maximum HP. Tower is useless.
Now Shibi yules him up in the air. They're going to have to find a way to bring him down. In comes the A ulti. That's going to completely miss. Thought that might have caught the tail end, but they're going to dart for it. Smash eats one Laguna. Mana Void as well, but he uses the cheese. Back up to full HP. That's a disaster. They put a huge amount into that and get nothing out of it. Shredder in the front. Jenkins backing up as well. Shredder still trying to put out enough damage here to make it happen. Nether Strike on Van. This fight is kind of a disaster. To be honest, Leviathan, it's all over the place. Very scrappy. Nusham trying to make something happen. Bash back onto Van. Shredder's pushed up in the air by the Walrus Punch. But now Jenkins is coming back into the fight. They're going to try to turn it back around. Van taking so much damage here. Does still have the Aegis, so he will be respawning. But they're pushing them out of the base. They've lost 2 heroes, sure. But we'll see what happens now as Shibi comes back in. But he gets destroyed. And that might be the end of the game. Smash brings him down with just a couple of crits. Jenkins has to BKB and leap out of the fight. Shredder, on the other hand, is stuck in the top, trying to make it out as well, and only 2 heroes against 3 of Not Today. Smash is one of them, and he can just do so much physical damage, and the Animage was there a second ago, but now he's gone, buying back. He does have it, but still, it's 3v3, but Van here at full force. They do get the Aegis off in this fight. The cheese as well feels like it was huge for Smash to stay into the fight. Now Van still taking damage. gonna finally get out, and they still do have the rack, so the dream is still alive for Leviathan. They'll lose the tier 4 though.
I mean, that wasn't a big enough anti-mage mana void. They found a way to deal with Viper eventually, lagooning him down at the very end. He finally went down there, but so Shibby TPing in that aggressively, not having a sheepstick and a Yules, because biggest problem right now is he only has one thing to cancel the Lincoln Sphere of Smash, and that team fight definitely cost him there, where he only had the one item to cancel it. So he instantly went down, and they had almost lost them the game. So,
it was close. I actually thought they were going to lose that one, but now buybacks are down again. And Shredder is just pushing out the lanes. Cannot even be farming from this. Still,
AM hasn't gotten an item in
It's been
20
a while.
minutes.
It's
Probably
been,
20 minutes.
I think it's been I think he got the Manta at 33, so it's been.
Yeah, look at you,
12
Greg.
minutes.
All that.
And Van is just
smart.
now parading into the base. Can they even do anything about this? Shredder's going to try to push him out. Without Shibby, though, they only have so much damage, and I don't know if it's going to be enough. Now they're going to try to take down Flying Zebra, one of the big sources of disables and damage with that Finger of Death. And now Smash going to work on the second to last barracks, and in goes Jenkins. They're going to try to make their stand here, but a Walrus Punch onto Jenkins going to stop a little bit of that BKB. In comes the Shackle Shot onto Shredder. Now he's a pig. Can't really do anything as a pig. Stuck in place. He actually gets frozen by the Ancient Apparition, brought down by Ifrit, and that's the end of the game. They GG out. And a very, very nice performance by Not Today. Leviathan just not able to come back from the early deficit of their anti-mage getting absolutely destroyed in lane.
Yep. And Lena got caught on the back lines again, but no refresher orb. Not much they can really do in that last team fight. They really need to burn somebody's mana all the way down and get a 4 mana point. That's the only way they're going to win the team fights at the end of the game. And it did not happen, as you're saying. Really well played from Not Today, just on the backs of, I would say, Smash carrying the early game.
Yeah, Smash destroyed that early game.
He didn't have amazing shackle shots towards the end of the game, but still his DPS output was phenomenal. And I think Van played probably the best initiating role this game, catching out a lot of people, making them waste BKBs preemptively. We saw that in the mid fight. Jenkins had to pop it, so the Blink Slark did work out, and him going Orchid next too, it worked out too. He got a few kills from the Anti-Mage, and an 0-8 Anti-Mage is probably going to sum it all up, as you said.
Yeah, 2-13 line, 0-8 Anti-Mage. Rough game for a couple players from Leviathan, and it's 1-1 now in the upper bracket of the Dota 2 Canada Cup. You know what I was just thinking? I can just, I can replace my spastic mouse with a Steel Series mouse. Maybe that's the solution, Alan. You guys are watching the Dota 2 Canada Cup.
Play 6.84.
Twitch.tv/Dota 2 Canada Cup, brought to you by Steel Series, X-Fire, G2A, and of course, MSI. So thank you guys for watching. There's actually a couple giveaways going on at the moment. You can win a Steel Series rival mouse. Maybe I should just enter that one. Get a nice rival for me, an MSI motherboard, and a $10 G2A gift card. You guys can enter those by following and retweeting the Dota 2 Canada tweet from earlier today. It's at Dota 2 Canada on Twitter. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be back in a couple of minutes on What Is It from High Ground TV with me, Ryu Boras. You can find him on Twitter at Ryu Boras Dota. Oh, that was rough.
Oh, yeah, that game was rough, just like that Anti-Mages. It's fine, man.
All right, we'll be back in a couple of minutes. Thank you guys.
Back.
Thank you guys for watching.
G2A.com, the best video game store ever! Fast as lightning, solid as a rock, cheap as duck! What's more, you can sell on it because it's also a marketplace. Remember G2A.com, the best video game store ever!
A desktop is the most powerful weapon for playing games. It has the latest graphics cards, the best components, can be upgraded at any time, and supports the usage of multiple displays. But what if we told you that we have a revolutionary gaming system which has all that, but uses less power? Protects your eyes from eye strain, has the best speakers, plus the fastest internet connectivity when playing online games, and can even be controlled by just touching it with your fingers. The MSI AG270 Gaming All-in-One PC. Let the games begin.
reluctantly crouched at the starting line. Engines pumping and thumping in time. The green light flashes, the flags go up. Churning and burning, they yearn for the cup. They deftly maneuver and muscle for rank. Fuel burning fast on an empty tank. Reckless and wild, they pour through the turns. Their prowess is potent and secretly stern. As they speed through the finish, the flags go down. The fans get up and they get out of town. The arena is empty, except for one man still driving and striving as fast as he can. The sun has gone down and the moon has come up. And long ago somebody left with the cup. But he's driving and striving and hugging the turns and thinking of someone for whom he still burns. He's going the distance. He's going for speed. She's all alone in her time of need. Because he's racing and pacing and plotting the course. He's fighting and fighting and riding on his horse. He's going the distance. Yeah! No trophy, no flowers, no flashbulbs, no wine. He's haunted by something he cannot define. Bowel-shaking earthquakes of doubt and remorse assail him.
All right, if you guys got that one, it's because we're going the distance. Game number 3 going to be starting in just a couple of minutes. Just waiting for a couple of people to join up in the lobby. So thank you guys for sticking around. We'll be starting in a couple minutes.
E2A.com, the best video game store ever! Fast as lightning, solid as a rock, cheap as duck! What's more, you can sell on it because it's also a marketplace. Remember G2A.com, the best video game store ever!
Welcome back to the Dota 2 Canada Cup here on twitch.tv/Dota 2 Canada Cup, brought to you by High Ground TV. I'm What Is Hip from High Ground TV. With me, Alan, a.k.a. Matt Damon, a.k.a. Jason Bourne.
Dire team ban.
What's going on, buddy? It's Ryu Borez.
Not me, dude. I'm not special at all, man.
You're Jason Bourne, dude. How could you say that?
Because my girlfriend died, dude. Still hurting, man.
Jesus Christ. That got dark. Well, we're here. The final game of the night. Leviathan going up against Not Today. Troll Warlord and Storm Spirit picked up for Leviathan, and Shadow Shaman and Broodmother picked very early for Not Today. Banned out as the Axe, the Bat Rider, and the Chen.
Dota.
That could be the name of the game.
You know, the worst part is that against the Shadow Shaman, now Leviathan, they can go run aggressive, and they can put something top lane to deal with the Broodmother. Let's see. Let's see, what's a good 1v1 scenario? Let's look at the here. I have hiccup problems. You gave me the curse, man.
I gave you the hiccups.
I think Centaur. Centaur is probably the best hero in my opinion. Play against the Broodmother or an Axe. Those two, but Axe is banned out. All you have to do is really just go quick Vanguard, and that's easy farms. I don't think Sand King is that great. In honest opinion, I mean, it's okay. Caustic Finale's alright to deal with the Broodmother, but you can still just get spammed out of lane with the spawn spiderling. So I would like to see one of those heroes. Maybe Tide is good too, and rushing the Vanguard, and then just go aggressive. That's what I want to see from Leviathan. But from Not Today's side, they kind of need to get, this seems like an all-in kind of strategy, right? So what's really good is Leshrac. What else? You have Leshrac, give me some ideas, man.
I mean, isn't it more the Caustic Finale, not the Sandstorm, that's good against Brood? Although
yeah,
I guess. Oh, okay.
I
was going to say, I mean, I think it's less good now that the spiders have phase, though. It seems like they can kind of just scuttle away. It's a little bit harder to catch them, and sometimes they used to get clumped up, and you could just accidentally get one of them.
Normally, what you do in that scenario is becomes a lot easier when you're level 3. Normally, you get 1, maybe potentially keep it at level 2 Caustic Finale, and then you want to have 2 in your Sandstorm, and then you hit the creeps, two creeps, and then all you have to do is then the creep wave automatically explodes. Then you go stack the jungle, or you pull back the lane, and you should be getting out a little bit ahead on the Broodmother in the early stages, but still, it's about even. I just think you can get harassed really easily out of the lane.
Yeah, well, continuing forward here, they've banned out the Earthshaker, which does make sense.
Greg? What are they doing?
I don't know, man. They picked the Broodmother in the first phase. I'm not predicting anything here.
6.84.
I mean, they ban out the Earthshaker, they ban out the Magnus. Both are pretty good against Brood. Magnus because you can skewer around, and RP obviously is just a really powerful team fight ability.
Yeah, Magnus with the Empower with Troll just makes him so that he can clean all the...
Yeah, he can just kill them all. So, a decent ban there, I think, and they picked Tusk yet again.
Dire team pick.
Man, I just got the hiccups now. We lost. Game over. Let's pack it up, boys.
Lena.
Leviathan pick up Lena.
Another great way to deal with the Broodmother. Spiderlings. I mean, everything's just going to get one-shotted by the Dragon Slave. That's free gold. It's going to be a fast Yules potentially for Lena. I mean, when you do this strategy from Not Today, it's one of 2 ways, right? You put Broodmother in your off lane, and then you pressure the other towers with something.
Oh my. Dude, they are... This is like full rat mode. Call up Admiral Bulldog. He's going to want to see this.
Yeah, this is... I don't know if it's enough, though. They have a lot of ways to deal with Lone Druid. Troll's the best hero against Lone Druid. Hands down. And,
why? Why is that?
Well, I was going to let you take it, but I'll take it instead. The Lone Druid, because when you have the whirling axes, it just causes havoc for the bear. You have to have an MKB on the bear, and even if you're mad fighting against the Troll Warlord, he's just going to permabash you, and he's going to be able to easily kill the bear as well as the hero. So the only thing that really can help is getting entangles, getting that MKB, getting that bash up, and then you have a good chance. Or having a lockdown hero, right? So Shadow Shaman kind of does that. Tusk kind of does that, but this isn't the new Lone Druid. And I wanted to discuss with people, but I'm not going to do it today. Because I thought Ags can be viable on Lone Druid. but maybe as a third or fourth
It seems like a pretty
item.
split opinion. Some people think it's going to be really good.
I
Some
think
people
it's
think
awful.
it's going to be trash.
I think it's awful till fourth or fifth item, and
Yeah,
that's
I
when
think
you
that makes
start
sense to
getting
me.
in.
Because it's like when the bear is like literally its own hero.
Yeah,
when it starts
because you
to be
need to
valuable.
have Radiance first, and then you need to have another DPS item that's fast attack speed. So probably a Cuirass or Assault, or a Maelstrom or something along those lines.
Fair enough.
All right, get back to this game. Get back to this game. What is Leviathan going to be picking here?
Lion, Rubik. Okay.
Radiant team
This doesn't
ban.
seem.
Rubik's pretty good for stealing the Shadow Shaman. Tusk abilities is pretty good. Lone Druid, can't steal anything really from him. That's too great. Having a bear is not good for you.
Yeah, I don't actually love the Rubik here. I feel like Shadow Shaman really is the only one that has anything valuable.
I mean, I think
like
they're doing
personally-
it for the push of the
Oh,
massive spiders and the
wave,
Lone Druid.
Shadow. What the hell is this ability called? Fade Bolt. I was going to call it Shadow Wave.
Radiant team
We're
pick.
playing with Shadow Demon again. Problem is they still don't have that much to kill with the Shadow Shaman wards. They have Troll with Fervor and Battle Trance in range mode, and then Lena.
Jesus,
Like,
this
and
is a really weird lineup from not
Dire
today.
team pick.
It's pretty interesting and cool. I like that last pickup. I was thinking something more along the lines of Leshrac, and they just 5-manning, but this is another 5-manning tool. A Beastmaster mid, dude. Loving it. I've seen Fada do a lot of amazing things with this hero, and I think Storm Spirit will be having a great time, but still, they have a lot of roaming potential with the Tuskar,
10
with the Shadow
seconds
Shaman, so
remaining.
Storm Spirit needs to be a little bit careful here.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. I mean, normally a Storm, when you're ready to really like hit the deck, you pick up that BKB, but this game that's not even that good with Smash. Maybe being able to get the roar off. Although I will say roar does have a fairly long cast animation. There's a chance maybe you can ball lightning away from it. I don't know quite what the cast times are on those, but seems like it's going to be close. Definitely could be some trouble for Shibby though. And
I mean,
I
this
could just
early
imagine
game
him
is
getting roared and then like shackled and hexed, and it could just be bad.
This is just so greedy coming in from the side of not today.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Because so I don't think Sand King was the perfect pick. If Sand King goes into the offlane, this is the perfect last pick. If not, it should have been Centaur. Because of the reasons I stated. I think Broodmother can win that 1v1. And Rubik, Lena, and Troll aggro can annihilate this. Storm mid against Beastmasters, Storm can win that.
Yep,
And
definitely.
I'm thinking Leviathan have the edge so far, and I really love their draft right now.
Yeah, I think Leviathan have some very, very strong lanes.
Yeah,
And-
strong lanes, but I love not today's unique ability just to draft something, and they can get their levels up. I think they can definitely just snowball on these towers and just like wah, and kill things, get the Roshans pretty fast, and have a lot of map control because you have to note too, right? You have the Hawk in this game. You got mass serpent wards. You've got pigs. You got bears. You got spiders. You got a freaking army. What the hell? You just need like a Chen. If Purple's last hero was Chen, I'd be shitting my pants at like looking at 100, like a massive army.
Computer
coming
just starts lagging. Army of heroes. Army of
it's
things.
just sick when you have. It's just because of how imbalanced the massive thing is, because you can't kill the roster wards with spells, right? You
Yeah.
can't kill the bear with just spells as well. You're gonna need some physical DPS. And then you just have all this, vision that I've been talking about. And well, here we go. Be a great game.
Well, we are here in game number 3. This game will decide who stays in the upper bracket and who heads down to the lower bracket, where one best of one can eliminate you from the Canada Cup. Some introductions on the Dire side. We've got Team Leviathan. The NA Young Guns Flying Zebra is going to be on the Rubik. It's going to be Shredder this time around as well on the Troll Warlord. Same as in game number 1. Jenkins is going to be on the Sand King. Shibby on the Storm Spirit. And it's going to be support Lena this time around with Nusham rocking that one. Alan.
Here we go. I was gonna wait. Let me introduce them after that doesn't get. Van could die right here, man. They're diving in. He's gonna get the lift.
He's gonna get pulled back. He used the bear summon. This is actually disaster. The bear is dead.
See, this is why you don't question me, Greg. Do not question me. I knew that was gonna be first.
Lone Druid is gonna be bearless now for 120 seconds. That
and
is
their whole
actually
strategy was him starting off pulling that off lane. Yep. And all right, so today for not today, blah blah blah. Stinger, we've got playing the Tuskar here in the bottom lane. Mystical playing the Rasta, Ifrit playing the Broodmother, Mash playing the Beastmaster, as well as the Bearless Van.
The battle begins.
Or Guy. And I kind of like the way they set up these lanes. Lone Druid instead of the Broodmother off lane, but 90 seconds on that bear.
Yeah, that's rough. It's definitely not ideal. He gets stuck with his hand in a cookie jar to throw back to my boy, AC. That just sucks, man. That feels bad. He knows now that the game is going to be a huge struggle for him in the beginning. Although there's absolutely no one in Leviathan top lane, so he's going to maybe get a free wave of XP. Heroes are finally working their way up there.
Yeah, this is kind of not today playing really smart with their lanes, especially with that Lone Druid pick, knowing that he can go into the off lane, he can easily pull the creep wave, but just gonna be set back a little bit here with this Broodmother. Going into the off lane now. They're gonna be swapping.
Yeah, some lane configurations moving around here. Ifrit is going to be in the off lane. I guess they figure that there's not a great opportunity for the Lone Druid in this top lane, especially if Flying Zebra does end up rotating back up there, so they end up moving Lone Druid into the easy lane. Jenkins is taking quite a lot of damage here. Does have a south, so he should be okay.
And mid lane's going as expected. Storm a little bit ahead right now.
Ifrit taking some damage here. Looks like he actually might go down.
Going down.
He's dead. I did not think there was enough damage there, but with the creeps there as well, Leviathan are off to a great start. And I mean, I have to say, I think if the lanes get out of control here, Not Today are going to be in some serious trouble.
Right.
Like, if the lanes go really well for Leviathan, I think Not Today are just going to get rolled on.
Yeah, I mean, Jenkins, all he has to do is retreat to the jungle. He's level 3 already. This is... Let's see, they're going to be doing 2 stacks right now. Nope, only 1 stack, but... Testing that top rune. Do they have any smokes? No, no smokes on the side of Leviathan. They can definitely punish this Beastmaster in the mid lane if they really want to, but... Yeah, no way to really shut down the Sand King yet is going to be the biggest problem. They didn't even go Hex yet. I think Shackle, Hex is only a 1.25 second, and then Shackle's a 2.75, so.
Yeah,
I agree with getting Shackle, but the initiation range is Garbo.
Doo-doo. It's not great. Shibby in the mid lane is doing really well for himself. Smash, he's holding his own though. Though I think this lane does get a little bit harder once the levels in Overload really start getting up there. Shibby likes this build quite a bit, where you just don't get the vortex.
Get that courier. Get the courier. Now they got sentries. Now they got dust. Ifrit is run.
He's gonna barely make it out of there. But Shibby, I think Shibby goes for this build a lot of the time, especially when he has supports that have decent CC. In this game, that is definitely the case with the Rubik and the Lina and the Sand King, even with a good stun as well. So he's just going to be looking to do a lot of damage in these ganks. Jenkins is off to a great start.
They've already rotated Van into the jungle. He's going to be jungling for like the next 5 minutes or something. And they're just going to be giving solo EXP for the Rasta. Apparently they've been testing this out, and they'll be like, yep, we're going to go to the jungle early on, and we're just going to let our Rasta get level 6. But, man, this is so bad because it gives Jenkins so much space. And you're
Jenkins
playing against...
is going to be in a great position.
Yeah, the biggest problem is him going to be the initiating hero, getting that fast blink dagger, as well as you have another one in Storm Spirit. Oh, I'm so scared for Not Today's lineup right now, just because of how well they've executed in the top lane. They're going to be initiated on with the Life Striker.
He gets dusted and brought down. They saw maybe the corner of him drop down the dust, so he cannot escape. He gets absolutely blown up. It's an invis rune bottled up for Shibby. They send the boar up there to scout out where rune it is. So now they do know that he has an invis rune. Soul Ring picked up for the Broodmother. Give him a little bit of extra regen, but with how fast he's been dying, that's not really going to help him live. Because they've just bring him from full to zero.
They did go in on him, but it's still, they're not going to be able to, can they? They got the
they
snowball.
Do have sentries. Oh, he turns. Look, he's still going to be okay.
Well, mid lane, though, they're going to be back having the wraparound lift up into the Light Striker way. Shibby's here, and bam, he's going to be getting the kill. Nope, Lina.
Still, that's a level 6 for Shibby, though. Very early on. I think the next couple minutes are going to define this game. You know, maybe the next 6 or 7 minutes. Because it's very possible here that Leviathan just start running away with this lead. With Shibby with level 6 and with an invis rune, he can easily turn this into a pick-off. And it can really spiral out of control from there. Jenkins, we'll see how fast he can get the Blink Dagger. But with how greedy this lineup is from Not Today, if they can make it through the next couple of minutes, they're going to be in business. But Ifrit's stuck again. The dust is going down. And Ifrit cannot afford to be giving up these deaths. 0-3. This is a disaster so far for Not Today. They're going to be relying on some sort of rubber band. Hope it's got magic in it.
Yeah, the worst part is we couldn't even see the full potential of this lineup. Right now, they're just getting crushed in all aspects of this. I mean, down 2,000 gold at 5 minutes and 30 seconds is very big.
Oh,
Shibby's going to be finding this stack.
Yeah, he's going to get the stack, which is really unfortunate.
Life.
Lone Druid had moved his hero all the way over here, but now he's just going to lose this stack, and that's a lot of money going in the pocket of Shibby. Going to pick up a Soul Ring with it. And this tends to be the build he likes to go for. It's just the Bloodstone right away. I think every time I've seen him, he has skipped the Orchid till after the Bloodstone. And I mean, it's definitely a little bit more of an all-in build, but you can snowball really, really hard with this build. If you get your Bloodstone, get a couple of kills right away, start ticking up those charges, get that mana regen, you can really take over a game quickly. And Shibby's off to a great start to do so.
The gods are smiling on Not Today. This is their ticket back into today. Smash getting this haste rune here. They can set up something. They really need to get a smoke gank going from Mystico and Stinger. Maybe one of them needs to go middle lane. They need to find a way to shut down the Storm Spirit. If they can rotate the heroes in, then they can bring in the Lone Druid as well, and they can pressure this mid tower pretty effectively. So I would like to see some rotations here. Not going to be easy, though.
Van is actually doing pretty well in terms of farm. He's getting kind of close to the Midas, but he is just paling in comparison to Shredder, who is 55 CS and a kill. Of course, that is a little bloated because there's the spiders, the jungles, and oh god, Smash, instead of getting a kill, he's going to be the one that looks like it might get picked up, but Jenkins does not have enough mana for the Burrow Strike, and that is going to save Smash 100%.
I think Smash could have turned around there, too. And got a kill.
I think he probably had an opportunity there, but
could be worried about the Shibby rotation, but
structures are fortified.
It's gonna run forward, take some damage from Shibby. That haste rune expiring soon. No help in the mid lane for him to bring down Shibby, so he is all on his lonesome, and Van is just trying to build this Midas as quickly as possible, get back into the game. They do also get a tower. That's actually really good for Not Today. Since the Lone Druid has been in the jungle this whole time, they have a quick level 6 on their Shadow Shaman, enabling them to push down those towers. So all is not lost for Not Today, but they are certainly in some trouble. Shibby, I think, is going to be possibly the bearer of bad news, depending on how this moves forward. He finishes up some treads for himself.
Yeah, the biggest thing is that Nusham is going to be getting his level 6 off of this too. That's a very big deal. So the tower did go down, sure. This is still giving the supports a lot of space to work with. Flying Zebra is the only one really hurting. He's level 4 though, so he expected, but still 1-0-4 here.
Yeah, he does actually have to be a little bit careful near this Broodmother.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, he's definitely in some trouble here. The Fade Bolt.
Could have used a web. He needed to use the web there. That would have been.
The Fade Bolt actually makes these spiderlings do like 0 damage. The little ones, the big ones do a little bit. No, that's a pretty good mechanism to deal with that. Did not really consider that as strongly as you did in the draft. It seems to be working out for them. But in the bottom lane, I think this might be a dead Shadow Shaman. Shibby drops down the Remnant to get a little bit of extra vision, not able to find the Shadow Shaman, so instead he's just going to pull the creeps back. Shadow Shaman going to be TPing out.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Biggest problem is, sure, they can get these tier 1s, but
Radiant's
what
top
happens when you
tower
try
is
to
under
break the
attack.
tier 2s? Or what are you gonna do? Like, and that's the biggest problem, because we've already talked about it. They have a lot of. I think it was a wasted wards. They really did not need to drop the wards there. There
wasn't really any resistance, and Leviathan are just giving up a lot of towers here in favor of farming up another hero. So what do you think about that?
I think it's worth it. They can't. I don't think they can fight and contest that mid one. Now that the Rasta wards are down, oh definitely. Now they can make some plays happen anywhere on the map.
Smoke up by Not Today. They're trying their damnedest to stay in this one. Shredder maybe gonna get roared here. In comes the snowball. They don't bring the Beastmaster with him. He's gonna get roared down anyway. Shredder potentially in some trouble. Ifrit coming in at the last minute to pick up that one. Got some spiderlings for himself, and those things are actually really frightening.
Yeah, but now since they don't have the Rasta, it's gonna be hard for them to like bring down the top tower, right? You get the kill on the Troll Warlord, and it's very unfortunate. But top lane here. Pressured. How much time? It's 55 seconds still, Greg, left on these wards, and I only think what would be happening if they had them now, but still making that comeback. Now they have Blink Dagger on Sand King. Oh.
And at the same, Flying Zebra gonna try to make it out of this one, but now Ifrit, the one who might be in some trouble, he gets brought down. But Rubik's gonna maybe die to these spiderlings. The Ice Shard's maybe gonna do it as well, and Broodmother does get it. But they do.
Regen Storm though,
and he's just trying to keep this regen going as long as he can, and gonna abuse this to get the Hawk for free as well. Finally, the regen gonna go down, but Shibby has been quiet here in the last couple minutes, just trying to farm up some components of what we can presume will be a Bloodstone. I guess it could be an Orchid.
Against this lineup, against the Beastmaster, who's going to have Roar, you want to try to find ways to tank up as best you can, or you play aggressive. Either way, it's fine. I suspect him going for the Bloodstone first.
Jesus, Shadow Shaman's going for a very quick Aghanims.
Yeah, I mean, this strategy can work out if
I mean,
you get
honestly,
that
Not Today. I feel like the beginning of this game was a complete disaster for Not Today, and they're recovering very nicely. Leviathan have not been applying as much pressure as I feel like they could be. You know,
it's hard for them to take down towers, though.
Yeah, but all they really have is the Troll ulti.
And it's the Troll meta where you just sit in the jungle farm.
Yeah. Well, maybe Ruby can steal himself some wards.
Uh-oh,
Nusham might be in some trouble, and this is just the risk of the Broodmother is you can just get absolutely bodied by these spiders here. And in comes Shredder, I think that's going to actually turn this one around, and Ifrit becomes the hunted. Gets brought down. You can't have those pickoffs. He is having a rough game, 2-5, but does have himself now a Hand of Midas. So he's going to be building for the later parts of the game with some big items. Necro Book for Smash. He's going to be applying pressure that way. They're just trying to create a zoo here.
You know, it would be really interesting just to see the Spirit Bear as well as the bear get a Necro Book. Have 3 Necro 3s.
Tower is under attack.
All the Necro 3s.
And that's the Shibby gonna be roared up.
Roared. There's a lot of heroes here. He's actually in trouble. X'd up, brought down in the end. Shadow Shaman does manage to steal the Ether Shock. That brings down the wave very quickly, but Shibby's dead. The wards go down. Leviathan I feel like are throwing a huge advantage they had at the beginning of this game, but
no, it's just the power of their 5-man. It's insane coming in from Not Today. I mean, sure, you have the burst damage onto heroes, but the mass summons coming out from Not Today is very strong. It's likely to be underestimated here.
Well, they can't seem to fight it.
The armor from the tier 2, too strong. Still, the glyph is down. That's a very big component too, and
yeah, they are going to get some good money though from these wards. This game feels like it's a lot closer than it should be, but like you mentioned, there's the amount of things they can throw at the tower already is an issue. The wards really give you that pushing power. You know, it's been a while since we've seen Shadow Shaman in the meta like this, but you have to remember those wards are very strong.
I don't know if I would like to see what I used to do.
Uh-oh, man. Leviathan is just dead. Goodbye. What?
Holy shit, he's doing the thing.
Jenkins, he's doing the thing. Did you actually just say that?
No, I was saying he was doing the thing with the Staff of Wizardry and the Necro Book. He's getting Necro 3 on both of his hero and the bear on the bear. Wow.
That is special.
Nailed it. Nailed it.
That's so special.
Yeah, it wasn't that epicenter, dude. Not that. Although it was greatly timed to look like I was a dumbass, but Shredder is going to be going down here. TP in, but... Oh my, those spiders dying so fast. Dingus has no HP, or no mana.
Yeah, and there is a snowball on the backside. Flying Zebra taking some damage here. Still does have the Ether Shock. Shibby now looking to come in. Looks like he is going to be going for that Orchid. Now Stinger gets pulled back, brought down at the hands of the Rubik. Well, this game feels very close at the moment. Team battling back and forth. XP heavily in favor of Leviathan, but beyond that, gold is very close.
Oh, Broodmother's spoiling the fun. Going to be going for that Orchid most likely here. So they'll have another way to reliably lock down the Storm Spirit. Oh, here comes the mass TPs. They're realizing, hey, we got to get this tower down. Let's just dive. Oh.
Wow, Jenkins. Whew.
And all the gold, man. How much? Didn't you have like a
gold from Spiders counter?
Right.
Yeah.
That's just like a team fight recap right there. That's about. It looked like 300 gold, maybe more.
Jesus, that is a lot. Oh, snowball for Shibby. Not enough to reach him. And this game very quiet for how action-packed it started as the wards go down in the bottom lane to secure the tier 2 tower. 4 not today. Necrobook 2 completed for the Beastmaster, and a TP up by Jenkins. They're going to smoke up. They're looking for blood. It might be Smash. It could be Ifrit. Now they're going to move forward onto Smash. They're going to even use the FB, and Smash is definitely going to go down here. Absolutely no chance for him to stay alive.
And it's going to be very interesting what happens in these 5 minutes. You said the last 5 minutes were going to be crucial, but not today, kind of, or Leviathan kind of weathered the storm a bit. They still haven't found him. Flying Zebra, dude, is poor guy.
Just getting owned by spiderlings. It's a rough life for poor Rubik.
Worst part is just the fate time, and he's gonna die.
Oh god, is Ifrit gonna pay for it? They do have Laguna Blade. It feels like he's going to. And Leviathan have been very, very sure to secure these kills.
Wow.
Broodmother, yeah.
Blowing my mind right now. How many summons they're gonna have? They're gonna have 4 Necro 3s on the field. I don't even understand how you're gonna stop that. Like 4 Necro 3s, you need a BKB hero, like ASAP, and just like right click the all down. I don't know. This is amazing strategy coming in from Not Today. I think it's gonna work.
Is under attack.
The Aghanims is almost done for Misco.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Oh my god, dude.
The worst part is thinking about the 6.84 because Necrobook did get buffed.
Oh boy.
So you could be seeing the same strategy in the next patch and
the Zoo strat.
The game would be already over.
Nusham putting some damage out here. They are in Roche at the moment. Shredder taking that down, but it's at the cost of their 2-2 tower. Jenkins moving forward is going to get off the Burrow Strike. Ice Shards pushing him back. Sigil charging forward, but they get the tower in the end. Storm gets the Aegis. Does not have a TP, so he's actually stuck near the pit. His Orchid, though, is completed as well from that Roshan. So that's a very, very important Roshan for Leviathan, and they need to get some map control, I feel like. Like, they have 0 towers down, and they have only 1 tower remaining outside the base for themselves. That feels rough. They're just getting squeezed out. The Broodmother is taking over their jungle.
Yeah, even though they've gotten all these kills on the Broodmother, it's kind of like reminiscent of... he still has 4 kills, though. So he's not just trading his life away meaninglessly. He's causing a lot of rotations. You know, it feels like it, but still, it's putting a lot of pressure on the enemy to really come into the jungle. He dies, but it feels like he instantly respawns.
Oh, go. That was
that gold.
That was a lot of gold. Ifrit's just leaving his spiders out to die. Necro 2 is done for him. That's going to be flying out on the courier in just a minute. Necro 3 for Van, and the zoo is going to be real.
Rasta has his eggs with the...
Going to be opening up a petting zoo, I think, of Necro archers and warriors. Maybe not appropriate for children, but nonetheless, they are going to have so many creeps. I mean, I feel like Leviathan actually have like decent stuff to deal with this still. Like they have some okay AoE. I guess they can't really deal with the damage that they take from it though.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Now their Necro 3 finished up.
It's just them killing themselves, throwing their bodies.
Seriously, yeah, like the Sand King is going to ulti, kill like 2 of them and just die.
Okay, they got Aegis on Chibi.
Chibi's going to try to apply some pressure now. There's a ward on the backside. Roaring Zeba would love to get his hands on that. If not, it's the Axis. But in comes Jenkins with the epicenter. Look at all the damage he takes from the archers, though. And now Waller's Punch up in the air. It's Shredder. He's stuck in the middle, but now Chibi's moving forward again. Nusham as well, dropping down the Laguna Blade. Van's still alive, but down go the wards. Those are going to do a lot of damage. Chibi is going to go down here. Now the Aegis going down. He's going to come back up with that full mana, try to get out of the fight. Ifrit's here as well. Chibi is going to make it out with no Orchids to keep him locked down. He Orchids the Shadow Shaman on the way out to make sure he does not get hexed or anything like that. There's not enough mana for that anyway, but better be safe than sorry. I guess Leviathan get a little bit out of that, but this game feels really rough, man. I'm surprised. I didn't believe in the Not Today lineup. They're proving me wrong.
Yeah. And they still have more potential, right? Because that wasn't with the Necro 3 coming in from Broodmother. There's still room for a Necro 3 on the Lone Druid's Bear. And that's when it's going to get a little bit more scary. And when Rasta has a Blink Decker. Because that's going to be another initiation factor that they're going to have. Kind of all on to Chibi right now. To find a way to lock down this Shadow Shaman.
Jenkins just keeps getting all this money from those
I know, but he only has a Force Staff.
He has a Force Staff and a Blink and Arcanes.
That's not too much.
That's like Batrider level for him, and he's a Sand King. He's certainly getting something out of it, that's for sure. The boar slowing him down.
He's a Radiance, dude.
What?
What?
Who is a Radiance?
He needs a Radiance.
Oh, he needs a Radiance. Doesn't everyone need a Radiance, though? Nusham is hexed. Is he going to go down here? Shackles is available. There's the Shackle Snowball charging forward. Wallace Punch up in the air, but a great Burrow Strike onto 3. Laguna Blade onto Misko. That brings down 1, but an Entangle onto Nusham. He gets brought down, and it's going to be Broodmother. That picks up that one now. Stinger trying to make it back. And it looks like Not Today are going to just charge on forward. Maybe thought Jenkins was going to try to reinitiate on that. He does have an epicenter available, but he really can't epi into all of these Necro Warriors. They'll actually just die. Takes 800 damage from that. 800 magical damage. Quite a bit.
And with the Rasta being down there, deciding to back up instead of...
Radiant's bottom tower is under
attack. And we still have to not forget that Not Today have 2 Midases, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're constantly, you know, that's 4K net worth not really being used, but... Hey Lane, I just want to see how much Chibi takes from this. He took 6. He almost got his Bloodstone too.
I mean, the thing is, it feels rough, but Leviathan are slightly out farming, and they have way more XP. And that's a little bit more evident when you look at the levels, but they're 10,000 XP up. Granted, one fight can swing that on this patch. Like one fight can easily swing 10k XP. But it feels like, you know, since there's still so many towers here, if Leviathan just take a couple of them, we'll have a pretty hefty gold lead. So, this game is weird for me. But at the same time, if they lose like one big fight, all of those Necros can end up just charging into their base and killing everything, you know? So, Shredder gonna have to be careful here. It looks like he might get caught out. Ice Shards are coming in. There's the Snowball. Ether Shock following it up. He's gonna be stuck, but there's an epicenter coming in from Jenkins. He gets a great Burrow Strike as well. There's Laguna Blade going off in the back line. Shredder is gonna go down and near the ward, stuck in them. But Rubik trying to make it out. Very, very
Look at the
spread out
big
fight,
hordes
but
killing off the small hordes.
3 are dead. 3 are dead for Leviathan. They lose that fight. And this is what I was just talking about. Literally 2 seconds ago. Their base is dead. This is all dead.
Yeah. And the biggest problem there was Lena didn't hit her light striker ray. Oh, Flying Zebra just melted. He's dead.
Oh my god. Accidentally kills one. Should be now initiating forward. Do they have enough of a creep army? Jenkins taking so much damage. Killing these Necro Books is actually killing them, but they are pushing back. The Assault Tusk gets brought down. So does the Lone Druid, and it looks like they are going to survive, but it took a lot of buybacks to make that happen.
Yeah, buybacks. 3 buybacks. And
damn it,
especially on your troll.
Didn't click.
The biggest thing is the troll buyback, because he needs to get a BKB ASAP, else the game's over. They're just gonna have too many summons running at you, and
yeah,
the worst part about
they need someone to be able to clear out all those summons. I feel like even the Sand King is gonna need to get one, just to be able to epicenter in there without dying.
If he gets a BKB, that's a great turnaround too. But going back to that mid fight there, I mean, they just needed to hit that light strike array. They just got overwhelmed. The epicenter didn't do. I thought I'd do more.
That's something you would say, diddly. It's an Allen thing.
It did ditzy job.
So what's the Lone Druid building towards now that he has Necro 3? Looks like he has not had much further item progression. Ifrit almost has an Orchid.
The bear, right?
No. Only has 1.
No, on the Lone Druid bear.
What?
Am I crazy?
There's not a Necro 3 on this. I'm clicking it.
Spirit bear, dude.
Yeah, I'm clicking it. There's not a Necro on there.
I said, can you?
Oh, I have no idea.
That's why I was thinking. I said I think you can. So if you can,
I don't see why you couldn't.
Right, because it has mana.
Yeah, it has mana.
Which that should be his next item, is another Necro book.
Just overwhelm them with Necros. Just force them to buying BKBs. And
yeah,
BKBs aren't even that good because they still have Smash.
Yeah, they need Mechanism. If they can get a Mechanism and a Pipe too from Not Today's side, oh god. And then
Leviathan are
then
going
you can
for
get
the
refreshers
backstab,
too.
Jesus Christ, you're just so disgusting. They're gonna charge forward, put down all of the creeps, put down the wards, and just let them go to work. There's the epicenter. Jenkins, it has to be very careful here. It looks like he's gonna be okay. Laguna Blade gonna go out to ban. Not enough to take him down. Shibby taking damage there. He loses some Bloodstone charges right away. That's not when you want to die. And now the base is dying to the overwhelming petting zoo. Shibby still down, does not have buyback. Ifrit's here as well, taking some damage, and the building is just dead. The buildings are gone. I feel like nothing happened and the buildings died. Jenkins takes half of his HP from one of the Necro Warriors, so they bring down his half of his HP, and Spirit Bear's gonna die for free. That's a little bit of a miss micro there by Van.
Yep, this is the bigger army than freaking Minas Tirith versus orcs, the hordes. I haven't seen this in a long time in Dota. Normally it's with like a Chen and a Beastmaster and then a Lone Druid. But Rasta wards on top of Brood, it's disgusting. There's no other way to describe it. It's dirty. This is some dirty Dota.
Definitely. I feel like they're playing dirty right now. This is below the belt. Of course, Roshan is not up for Leviathan. They cannot catch a break this game, and now the net worth swinging more in Not Today's favor, but the XP swinging Leviathan's favor. This has been a very bizarre game.
Yeah, it's really good though for Leviathan right now though. No, they did lose the top racks. They'll have the Black King bar on the Troll Warlord, and they do have the Sand King approaching what would seem to be hopefully his BKB.
I mean, yeah, I feel like he has to get a BKB.
He has to get it.
Yeah.
Then, well,
could like YOLO Ags. I mean, I guess he doesn't actually need it. He'll still live without it. He could just get an Ags and drop down a huge epi. But I feel like he'd rather be able to live to get an extra Burrow Strike in.
Stinger. Oh, they're trying to fight outside the base before they really put up anything, yeah, but the roar on Nushim.
Roar onto Nushim. This could be a disaster. They need that Laguna Blade damage. Are they going to get it? He yules himself up in the air. There's the epicenter.
Oh, 3.
He gets it on 3. Smash is dead. They're all dead. Troll, he gets another one now. The only one left is Van. Is he going to somehow make it out of this? They're out of stunts, but they kill 4 heroes. What an epicenter from Jenkins. He absolutely saved that fight for them outside of the base. Does not get any necros in there. Just kills everyone. Him and the troll just go absolutely nuts. What a huge gold swing. Leviathan.
Ifrit tried so hard, man. Ifrit tried so hard to cancel that from Sankey. Oh, poor Broodmother. And then, yeah, Epicenter on top of them. Their heads, they all just melted.
Dude, that was just... Oh my god.
That almost turned in... That was 1 second from turning into a really bad fight from Leviathan, though, if that Epicenter didn't get off.
Didn't kill, like, everyone.
If it had gotten off that attack...
Yeah. That would have been bad. Well, Shivy has to push the creeps out of the base now, but... Gold advantage now. Look at the XP advantage from Leviathan. 20,000. Looking at the levels, you can see that on the chorus there. Hefty, hefty. Tusk, very, very low level as well, level 11. He's a poor boy. 3,000 net worth total.
He would really like to have a Blink Dagger. And, well, the best thing about Leviathan's lineup is that they're not too ulti dependent, right?
Yeah.
You have the Storm Spirit, you have the Troll.
It's good for them to have the Laguna Blade, but beyond that, you know, they pretty much just go ham. Now, this is signs of life now for Leviathan. That last fight just went perfect for them, and I think they're going to try to do something similar again. Epicenter is online. There's a Veil this time around. I don't think the Sand King had that last time. We'll see if they can recreate the magic from the last fight. Jenkins is moving forward. Force Staff's out. Wants to try to get another engagement in there. A little bit greedy on that engagement. Necro Warriors are starting to go down. Slowly but surely.
I can't even see where the freaking Hawk is in this game.
Yeah, this is a mess.
I can't even see the vision that they get. All right, let's look at the vision they get. Oh, Shivy's right there.
Shivy is Orchided, but does not look like they can really do anything else of it. Someone's got to kill this warrior, and it's going to be Shivy. They lose the tier 2 as a result, and oh god, it's happening, Alan. It's happening.
Man. Told you. I just want the Broodmother and the Beastmaster and the Lone Druid just to get refreshers. Oh my god, I just had a breakthrough. You can put both of your Necro books onto your Lone Druid and refresh both of them and then put it back on your bear too. Oh my god, this is... I want to see it. This is next level brainstorming, theory crafting, and happen.
After the last fight, Moppax put the chat in subscribers only mode and spam Jenkins' Twitter. I approve of that. Because of that, Jenkins after the last fight, and he just killed everyone. I approve of that. Oh man, Shivy going for the BKB next. And it does feel like this strategy could come a little bit unpinned when the BKBs are all finished up, because you know, then they have enough AoE damage to really clear out the zoo, you know. Just one well-placed Epicenter could easily be enough to clear it out.
They kind of need BKBs of their own, especially on the Broodmother. Maybe even the bear himself. I mean, never mind. The bear doesn't do any damage.
Yeah, the bear is just a necro carrier.
They're basically one team fight away, it feels like, from losing on Not Today's side. Yeah.
Just the advantage being manufactured by Leviathan. The cores are doing a lot of damage. Jenkins is doing a ton of damage.
The biggest thing I would say in these team fights is that Rubik keeps on stealing the Mass Serpent wards. And I don't know why it keeps happening. He doesn't even have a Blink Dagger, but
he does have Force though. He's going for the Aghanims. He wants to battle.
Normally you blink in, Hex, and then Mass Serpent ward, and then that gives a lot of time to really steal it, but I think the Shackle or the Ether Shock should come out immediately afterwards. He's definitely been stealing him every single team fight afterwards.
1-1, 33 minutes here in the Canada Cup. It's 11:45 on the East Coast. Thank you guys for joining us. If you're still watching,
I'm not. I'm watching Jenkins die. Nice shout out to his Twitter.
Wow, dude, that was holy shit. That was rough.
I'm just kidding, rough, man. Dude. I'm just kidding. I don't blame anybody, dude. I was just trolling.
Now Leviathan looking to turn the screws here in the bottom lane. And Sheamus is probably so sick of these Necro Warriors between the Mana Burn, The last will damage. It's like Samuel L. Jackson in Snakes on a Plane, except it's Necro Warriors on the Dota game. I'm reaching. I think I'm also losing my mind. Too many things on the screen at once, you know? Just too much.
And chat's retarded. Obviously, of course you can't refresh your Necros and summon them immediately, but you wait for them to die and then you resummon them. Oh my gosh. I hate you, chat. I hate you, chat. No, it's because I guess I didn't specify what it does. Yes, you can't have the Necro books up at the same time, obviously. Are you happy, chat? Alright. I mean, Greg's making me a chat lord today. You're making me a chat fiend. I should not be paying attention, but...
Just ignore the chat, Alan. Pretend it's not there if you can't handle it.
No, it's pretty fun. I mean, this strategy is kind of like... the best thing about not today's lineup is that it can happen in next patch. Relatively soon.
Where Jenkins are just sitting here abusing the shit out of Troll and Lena. You know, that's okay. Everyone, you got to do it sometimes. We're at a standstill here.
Yeah, one team fight and not today kind of lose.
Yeah, so they know they need to be careful. They're going to try to take the fights over here. They don't want to take them here because then they could easily just lose.
Ash is going for...
The double Necro 3 is real.
I don't understand why Smash is going for... Honestly, he's going for an Assault Cast. I think having 2 Roars is more important right now. You need to have this reliable lockdown onto the Storm.
Seems like it'd be close. I think you'd have enough, though.
Yeah, you'd have enough mana.
Well, they're going to smoke up.
200.
Leviathan are looking to take this outside of the base. Not today. Are they ready for this? Jenkins is going for a huge epicenter.
Okay, this BKB needs to get here ASAP.
Broodmother does get it off, but a Burrow Strike could keep it from happening. And Leviathan are going for a huge backstab. Shibby moving in, takes down, he's catching Stinger, but Ifrit did manage to get off the BKB. Newsham, I think he Lagoona'd a creep. But it's not going to matter. The physical damage from Shredder is far too much, but the Zoo moving into the base, I don't think that's going to be enough to even get the racks. Maybe they'll get the racks, but they're going to be in some serious trouble afterwards. This Van getting obliterated, pulled back by Shibby. Double kill for him. Only one left is Ifrit hiding way over here, and Beastmaster Smash, who is not even close to the fight. Ifrit gonna make it out of this one. They do actually lose one building, but they lost a lot for it. They paid for it in gold and lives. Every fight Shibby does not die is another couple of Bloodstone charges.
Yep, more Bloodstone charges, faster respawn time, don't even need the buybacks, and that's where it becomes really good. And well, I think that team fight kind of, once again, he keeps stealing the root, keeps stealing the roster words. I don't know how it keeps happening. Ifrit was microing at the beginning of that team fight, his spiderlings trying to find out where his enemy was, so it didn't immediately go on anybody. So he was standing there for like 3 seconds, like that kind of hurt them in the team fight. Rick was able to steal the spells, and as you said, I think Newsham did Laguna, that was pretty funny to watch that too. But they still got a Rax. I don't know, Greg. They got a Rax, and the range Rax could be going down, so this strategy is kind of working.
I mean, they're getting it done. They're just throwing bodies at the Rax.
If they get Vega creeps because of that, I'm just gonna laugh.
I mean, it could happen.
And there's no Aegis for Chibi to really be really careful. And here comes the Hawk. Flying Zebra.
Oh. Dead.
I feel like they should just pop a Necro book just to scout. Like,
pop a Molly, I'm scouting.
They need to... Fortunately, this ward just got placed. Keywording it here.
We're closing in on 40 minutes, but this game, I have to say, feels a lot longer. But there's the Yules up in the air. Van is stuck, and now Shredder moving forward. Look at the physical damage from Troll. He's just doing Troll things. Shibby helping him out, and now Ifrit is stuck. BKB will not help you against Shredder. Now Jenkins moving forward, gets the burrow strike onto Van, who has a Ghost Scepter. That's how afraid he is of the physical damage, but that will not save you as Shibby getting an ultra kill, 16 charges. But Barracks is actually just dying. 43 HP on the range Barracks. I don't think they care too much about it, but they are going to do their best to keep it alive. But they can't get on the other side of the map. There's still 3 tier 2 towers remaining for Leviathan. They just killed 4 heroes and nothing happened.
Nope. Looking rough for not today. They need to be... Alright, this is their next strategy, right? You have to... God, somebody using this freaking Sharpie and... it here. I'm gonna get high.
Wait, what?
Distracting me, man. Like a permanent marking Sharpie, the black one, you know.
Yes.
Oh my God. It's like annoying the hell out of me right now.
Where? Like next, like in your mouth? Like what's happening right now?
Basically. It was written on a paper, and then the paper was relayed to me, and then I can't breathe.
God damn it, Alan. Keep it together. Man, this is a long row. Shredder's just waiting for it. They know it has to be up here in the next couple of seconds. And then I think Leviathan are going to try to close the game up. But Shibby moving in on Stinger. Even pops the BKB. Not sure that's necessary. Still had a Hex in the works, but... rough.
You know, I think what would be better in this lineup is having, you know, a dedicated mechanism as well as a pipe. Biggest problem is the BKBs, as we've been talking about, and especially with this next version, this is going to be... But the big play that I was talking about that has to come out, it has to be like boots of travel in onto a Hawk. Like that's the only way. They have to do it. Hawk, once it pushes out top lane, gonna be TP's in, gonna get the stun off. Oh,
Ifrit is in trouble.
Dead.
Gets bashed again. Goodbye. Man, that physical damage Shredder is putting out is just too much. He doesn't even have that many items. He does have 5,000 gold, though, and now the lanes are pushed in. This is what Leviathan we're waiting for. Now they can win a fight and win the game.
This is very good right now. For Leviathan, zip in. Look at the Storm Spirit. He's already maxed out, you could say. Got the Aegis, got the 17 Bloodstone charges.
Yeah, that's about when it starts to get out of hand.
Yeah.
Quick respawn, not instant, but very, very quick. Another tower goes down to the Sand King, and now it's all falling apart at the seams for Not Today. A drastic measure is going to be the only thing I think keeping them from the lower bracket, where one best of one can push them out of Canada Cup.
Honestly, they need to find a way to kill Nusham. Like, he's been a pest as well. Storm is a no-go. Yeah,
this looks rough, Alan. I don't know how they're gonna. This is not what Necro books were made for.
Yeah, this is when they could even dive the tier 4s right now from Leviathan. To the amount of reach they have with the Blink Daggers. They have 3 Blink Daggers with the Storm Spirit. Crazy.
Yeah.
They don't even have to play this safe. That's the best part, right? Because the whole part of Leviathan, or Not Today's strategy, was to throw their bodies and kill the barracks and everything, which they did. But if Not Today are using all their summons in their base, then they're not going to get any objectives.
Oh man, I'm losing my mind. It's happening. Leviathan are grouped up. They're ready to strike the killing blow onto Not Today, who are just cowering, honestly. They are cowering in their base. There's no other words for it. They're just stuck as a duck. And meanwhile, Leviathan are just farming up the map. Do they still have the Aegis? Yeah, what are they waiting for, Alan?
I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea. They can just end the game, it feels like.
Yep. Playing this one nice and slow, making sure we get past midnight.
Oh yeah, let's make sure we can entertain the chat more. Let's see. Let me just sniff my Sharpie a little bit more. I don't even know why these stupid Sharpies was invented. But...
Probably because it's a permanent marker.
Yeah. Why did they have to make it smell like crap, man?
I don't know,
Smell like
dude.
roses. Smell like roses.
I don't know, dude. I am Scotty for the troll. Oh God. It's coming on. We're coming undone at the seams.
Yo, this game is so clowny that I
can't
just
take it seriously.
Yeah, I really can't, dude.
How many necro books do they have?
They have 4.
2, 3, plus another one on the bear. Well, the issue is they don't have 6. That's clearly what's keeping them from winning this game.
Clearly,
What
they
are they
didn't end the
doing?
game fast enough.
Yeah, Leviathan are just. Oh, here we go. This is it.
Wow. Wow.
Ifrit?
Wow.
Ifrit? Hello? Ifrit just fat fingered this BKB. Not today, are in some trouble.
Yep, they're going for yeah, this is the right play.
They're just gonna go to the back door.
Right.
They don't even have a creeps in the base though. How's this ever gonna work?
You have the mid lane almost pushing in.
I guess it's kind of close.
Radiant's
All right,
They
well.
need to wait. They need Mystical to clear that out. Yeah, your boy. Yeah. Good, we're good. Dude, good.
Leviathan don't really know what's happening yet. They're all kind of just hanging out here. And they will know very, very soon what's happening. Now they see everyone at the bottom lane. Now they have to make a decision. What are they going to do? 3 of them are going to stay. One of them is going to leave.
Oh my God, not that they're going to win.
Oh,
they're
this
gonna win.
is actually happening.
The base race.
They have a fortification. Shredder is mowing through these though, but there are so many creeps here. And now Nusho needs to make some huge plays. Laguna plays one, uses another. The throne is so low, the throne's not even taking damage on the other side. And I think they're gonna do it. Is this actually gonna work? There's no way Ifrit moves forward a big bro strike. They won! Not today! What?
Best game ever.
Dude, they just punched Leviathan in the nuts to win that game. That was like the dirtiest thing I've ever seen anyone do.
Yeah, that's...
They have 3 people on their team with 1 kill. They're down like just so much. And they throw. Oh my, dude.
That was the easy game.
That was
the
the
easy game.
clowniest- dude, that was
I
the
mean, how do
clowniest
you
finish
not
to the
push out
clowniest
your
game.
mid lane? Like, how do you not push out your mid lane? That's the only comeback. That's the only way they can come back.
Not
well.
today. Take it. They pushed Leviathan to the lower bracket. And I honestly can't even imagine. I can't even imagine the saltiness in the Leviathan house right now. I'm actually speechless that just happened. And not today. Somehow win. Well, I'm What Is Hit from High Ground TV.
I mean, there's nothing much for me to analyze there. They just got necro.
They got necroed.
They got necroed. What's the new word? They got necro shat on? Neck shat? Need to come up with a word. Give me 5 minutes. Hold on.
We don't have 5 minutes. I'm What Is Hit from High Ground TV. We will see you next time for the Canada Cup. Next game is going to be Wheel versus loser of this game, which is Leviathan in a best of 1. That's going to be tomorrow night against Boreal. And then Boreal in top 5 in a best of 3. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. See you later.
Love you all.
E2A.com, the best video game store ever! Fast as lightning, solid as a rock, cheap as duck! What's more, you can sell on it because it's also a marketplace. Remember G2A.com, the best video game store ever!
A desktop is the most powerful weapon for playing games. It has the latest graphics cards, the best components, can be upgraded at any time, and supports the usage of multiple displays. But what if we told you that we have a revolutionary gaming system which has all that, but uses less power? Protects your eyes from eye strain, has the best speakers, plus the fastest internet connectivity when playing online games, and can even be controlled by just touching it with your fingers. The MSI AG270 Gaming All-in-One PC. Let the games begin.